So as I speak to you today, across the 276 operational offices across the country have all been shut down.
And much later, opposition New Patriotic presidential candidate Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia accuses government of undermining free speech after arresting NPP Bono chairman. We've got details of these and more shortly. Please stay with us. Now, a law lecturer, Anani Jinde, says the United States of America should have considered the old-standing extradition arrangements with Ghana before arresting the Member of Parliament for Asante Akim North in the Netherlands. Ohene Kwame Frimpong was reportedly arrested on Sunday at Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport while in transit. Details surrounding the arrest remains unclear. But speaking on 3FM's Hot Edition, Mr. Jinde said it is a dent on the reputations of Ghanaians.
But you see, Ghana has had a extradition arrangement with the United States since 1932, even before independence. So normally, some of us were expecting that if the Americans had any suspicion about the person who has been allegedly arrested, they could have done that through the already existing arrangement we have with the American government. You know, recently, some young men were alleged to have stolen some cars, and then the FBI came here and they effected the arrest. Why didn't they use that same process? Generally, I think it is a dent on our reputation as Ghanaians.
That was a law lecturer, Anani Jinde, speaking there. Meanwhile, Majority Chief Whip Roxanne Lapiomepo said Parliament has gotten the arrested MP a lawyer based in The Hague to handle the case.
The honourable member was intercepted, interrogated for some minutes, and was told that there's a warrant issued by the United States government for his arrest and extradition. And as for a warrant of arrest, once it's issued and given to Interpol, it can be executed anywhere, whether it is known to your home country or not. We have since Monday dawn done some coordination. We've gotten him a lawyer, a Hague-based lawyer, a Ghanaian, but he's based in The Hague. He practices in The Hague to assist him in terms of this matter.
Roxanne Nelson Diapemepo is Majority Chief Whip. Workers of the National Identification Authority, NIA, have intensified their strike and have fully withdrawn their services. Union leaders have subsequently directed members across the country to comply with the industrial action and stay away from work beginning today. The action follows a partial strike that started on Monday, during which workers wore red armbands and protests over unresolved migration-related concerns. The workers say the migration arrangements promised to them have still not been implemented nearly 24 months after assurances were given. Here's Divisional Chairman Francis Bankfudeme speaking to 3FM.
And as of today, Wednesday, all members of the union were directed to stay away from work, effective today. So as I speak to you today, across the 276 operational offices across the country have all been shut down and no one is at work, including the head office. We have been battling with the implementation of our migration reports, migration whose event started way back in 2024, July 2024, after the approval of the scheme of service up until now.
That was Francis Bankfudeme. He's a divisional chairman. Now, the Sekondi Takoradi Metropolitan Office of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, has identified 88 properties across the metropolis that urgently require demolition to avert possible disasters. Property owners are expected to renovate the affected structures within a month or risk demolition and a surcharge to cover the costs of the exercise. Here's more.
A structural integrity survey conducted by the Secondita Parliamentary Office of NADMO revealed widespread and worrying defects on several buildings. Some recreational and business centers, schools and residential facilities had developed deep cracks, exposed iron rods, broken doors and windows, while others had been abandoned or rendered completely uninhabitable. Despite the obvious danger posed by these structures, many of them are still occupied. At the last NADMO Emergency Committee meeting, a total of 88 properties were declared liable for demolition. Secondita Takrade Metro Director of NADMO, Alhaji Abubakar Kamal, disclosed that notices had already been served on identified property owners.
At the last Special Planning Committee meeting, we as NADMO made recommendations to the committee, and currently I can report that the Honorable Metro Chief Executive, who is also the chairman of the committee, has given orders for us to write to the owners of these buildings concerning the state of their buildings and giving them a maximum of 1 month notice, that is per the act, for them to do something about their structures. If they fail to do so, the assembly will then rely on the same act and move in and do the needful.
He warned that the assembly would proceed with demolition exercises and surcharge owners who fail to rehabilitate their properties within the stipulated period.
So we would like to draw the attention of owners of such structures across the metropolis that they should be mindful of the state of their structures.
Former Vice President and 2028 presidential candidate of the opposition New Patriotic Party, NPP, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has accused the government of undermining free speech and attacking members of the NPP. In a statement released on Wednesday, May 13, Dr. Bawumia made specific reference of the arrest and detention of the Agona West constituency organizer of the NPP, David Esando, and the decision to remand the party's Bono Regional Chairman, Kwame Bafo-Abronye, into custody. He maintained that such actions were designed to silence dissenting voices and intimidate members of the opposition. Dr. Bawumia subsequently warned against abuse of state power and threats to democracy. Just before we go, the Institute of Economic Affairs, IEA, is calling on government, parliament and the general public to resist any attempt to approve the extension of the Takwa mines to goldfields. The IEA says it is time for government to take full control of mining operations in the country and employ experts to manage the sector on behalf of the state. Speaking to the media, former Chief Justice Sophia Ekufu said the time has come for Ghana to ensure that its strategic mineral resources deliver maximum value and benefits to Ghanaians by taking ownership of mining operations in the country.
The IEA considers the requested lease renewal or extension, whatever they choose to call it, to be deeply inimical to Ghana's long-term economic and strategic interests, and therefore calls on the government to soundly reject this approach, reject it decisively, while prioritizing a framework that secures meaningful Ghanaian ownership and control of the mines at Takwa.
Justice Sophia Ekufu, former Chief Justice Sophia Ekufu speaking there. Well, wrapping up the morning news for us here on 3FM. For more details, please check out our website, 3news.com. My name is Christabel Success Trevor. Business is up next.
Follow us on social media, Twitter at 3FM927, Facebook at 3FM927, and also on 3news.com.
Accra gets busy on this frequency, 92.7 3FM.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the business news on Sunrise. Coming up this morning, Chief Executive Officer of Dalex Finance advises government to return to international capital markets only for infrastructure and critical growth amid Fitch upgrade.
We are a developing country. We are a country in a hurry. We're a country with a huge infrastructure gap. If we borrow and we spend the money on the right things, it cannot be wrong.
And also, Ghanaian economic confidence surges as recovery takes hold.
I think the key learnings here is not only as Old Mutual, but as an industry, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of financial education side.
Plus, Ghana's economy surges by 7.7% in February as industrial action and activity rebounds.
Reflecting improved business activity, stronger production levels, and growing confidence across key sectors of the economy.
I am Christabel Success Trevor. Bring you details of our headlines and other stories shortly. Stay with us. The chief executive of Dalex Finance says Ghana should return to the international capital markets, but only if the funds raised are channeled into critical infrastructure that delivers measurable economic returns. Joe Jackson's comments follow Fitch Ratings' decision to upgrade Ghana's long-term foreign currency credit rating from B- to B with a positive outlook.
I've always indicated that we have to return to the capital market. We don't have a choice. Borrowing in itself is not bad. It's what you apply the proceeds of the borrowing to that can make it bad or ineffective or worse, destroy our economy. But we're a developing country. We're a country in a hurry. We're a country with a huge infrastructure gap. If we borrow and we spend the money on the right things, it cannot be wrong. So if we've done the right thing, if we are being recognized for doing the right thing, then it is time for us to go back and maybe take funds from the market to bridge that huge infrastructure gap we have.
You just heard the Chief Executive Officer of Dalex Finance, Joe Jackson. Confidence in Ghana's economy has more than doubled in a single year, according to a major new financial wellness study, with nearly half of working Ghanaians now saying they feel confident about the country's economic direction, up from just 1 in 5 a year ago. This report has the details.
The Old Mutual Financial Wellness Monitor, which surveyed 656 working Ghanaians in October 2025, found that 48% expressed confidence in the economy, compared to just 22% in 2024. Respondents cited better governance, a more stable economic environment, and falling prices as the key drivers. The mood shift is being felt in people's daily lives. Financial stress has halved from 60 to 30%, the lowest level recorded since the study began. Incomes are rising, with more than a third saying they are earning more than a year ago, and 2/3 reporting they have less debt than 12 months ago.
People are definitely starting to see a recovery trend across the board in their financial outlook. They're more positive, they're cutting back on expenses, they're saving more, and they really are making traction on their progress in terms of recovering from the previous year's impact. What is also still true is that people are still financially vulnerable, especially when it comes to financial shocks. So unexpected expenses, medical bills, things like that do still impact people quite greatly.
But the report carries a stark warning. Despite the optimism, 3/4 of working Ghanaians lack confidence in their retirement savings, a figure that has worsened over 3 years. Only 1 in 3 has actively started saving for retirement, and more than half could run out of money within 3 months of losing their income. Old Mutual Ghana Group CEO Roy Ponongwe, commenting on the report, underscored the role of financial literacy amongst the public.
I think the key learnings here is not only as Old Mutual, but as an industry, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of financial education side. I think it is a journey that we need to still travel. We need to invest in terms of time and resources, in terms of educating the public, because you have a lot of people who are making financial decisions without all that information.
The report concludes that while Ghana's recovery is real, it remains fragile, and that without long-term financial planning and greater trust in formal financial institutions, the current optimism risks masking a much deeper vulnerability.
Ghana's economic recovery is gathering significant momentum. Fresh data from the Ghana Statistical Service shows that the economy expanded by 7.7% in February 2026. This surge was driven by strong performance in the industry and services sector.
The monthly indicator of economic growth, MEG index, rose to 111.3, up from 103.3 in February 2025. Government statistician Dr. Alhassan Idrisu says the numbers reflect rising confidence and improved market performance.
This is a strong improvement from the 3.9% growth recorded in February 2025. What this tells us is that economic activity strengthened considerably in February 2026, reflecting improved business activity, stronger production levels, and growing confidence across key sectors of the economy.
The MEG report identifies industry as a standout performer, growing by 9.6%, a massive leap from the 2.8% recorded a year ago. The services sector followed with a robust 7.4% expansion, driven by gains in ICT and finance. The agriculture sector saw a slowdown, growing by 3.8% compared to over 9% in the previous year.
These February results provide an important early indication that Ghana's economy is maintaining positive momentum in the first quarter of 2026.
More comprehensive data, including the March 2026 MEG and full first quarter GDP estimate, are expected to be released on June 10.
Away from that, Chief Executive Officer of the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, Godwin Egbeta, has announced that the 24-hour operations in the petroleum downstream will be rolled out in phases. He said it will begin with selected facilities across 4 regions of Ghana, namely Greater Accra, Ashanti, Western and Northern regions.
Speaking during the launch of the pilot program in Accra, the NPA boss noted the pilot is expected to cover over 200 fuel stations across 4 regions.
We intend to roll it out in 268 stations, 8 petroleum depots, 2 refineries. It's our confidence that together with all the stakeholders, we'll make the fueling of the economy not one that is limited only to the mornings, to the afternoons, but it will be a day and night operation.
Egbeta further stated that this phased approach will enable the authority to test systems, refine operational modules, and ensure that the transition is efficient, safe, and sustainable.
Is that we are trying so much to get the various jetties to also work 24 hours, to ensure that discharge of petroleum products into the country will happen seamlessly. Currently, at 5 p.m., the Tema jetty goes off, and we think that we are losing a lot of productive man hours. We want to take this 24-hour into that sector as well.
Central to this effort, he said, will be the deployment of modern technology for real-time monitoring and the introduction of structured workforce.
Let's do some more stories because government has set an ambitious target to achieve 70% 5G population coverage by Ghana's 70th independence anniversary in March 2027. Communications Minister Samuel Nate George says the rollout will follow a competitive spectrum allocation process designed to expand connectivity while protecting investment in the telecom sector.
The sector minister says the rollout forms part of broader reforms in spectrum management and digital infrastructure development. Speaking at the 15th anniversary launch of the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications in Accra, Sam George revealed spectrum allocations will be carried out through a competitive bidding process.
The NCA is following due process to ensure there is fairness to all the affected licensees. But our target is unambiguous. We want to have 70% population coverage of 5G by Ghana's 70th Independence Day celebrations in March 2027.
Chief Executive of the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications, Sylvia Owusu-Ankoma, says the increasing number of fiber cuts across the country is putting significant pressure on telecom operators.
Just around 400 cuts. We're experiencing over 8,000 cuts per annum when it comes to fiber cuts, which is increasingly a strain on our operators' resources.
Some industry players pledged their commitment to regulatory compliance within the telco space.
Well, that was a report on government targeting 70% 5G population coverage ahead of the 70th Ghana's independence anniversary. We'll now take a look at how the cedi is faring against major trading currencies and how some of key commodities are also faring on the global market.
On the interbank foreign exchange market, the dollar is selling at 11 cedis 34 pesos. It's gained 4 pesos. The British pound is selling at 15 cedis 34 pesos. It's gained 6 pesos. The euro is selling at 13 cedis 28 pesos. It also gained 2 pesos. However, be guided that these figures could be higher at a Forex Bureau near you. On the global commodities market, Brent crude is trading at $105.87 per barrel. Gold is trading at $4,689.18 per ounce, down by $25.95. Cocoa is trading at $4,393 per ton, down by $194.
Well, that'll be all for the business news on Sunrise. For more business stories, please check out our website, 3news.com. I am Christabel Success Treve. Sunrise continues with the rest of the team. Don't go away.
A big thank you to Christabel Success Treve, 2 calabashes it is, for bringing us the 6 a.m. news as well as the business news here on the 3FM Sunrise. Now, we're here from now to 10 a.m. seeking to make your morning in the best way possible. We'll start off this morning with a quick message of motivation. We get our weather as well. And this morning, I was sharing something quite simple and yet powerful. The stories we keep telling ourselves, many of us living today based on memories from yesterday, a failure, an embarrassment, a betrayal, or a painful mistake. And over time, we replace or replay those moments so often that they begin to define us. I'm not good enough. I always fail. People never stay. My life never works out. But here's something important to remember. Memory is not a perfect recorder. Even 2 people who live through the same moment can remember it differently. Our emotions color our memories. Pain enlarges some moments and hide others. And sometimes the greatest prison is not the past itself, but the version of the past we keep repeating in our minds. There's a reason a car's windshield is larger than its rearview mirror, because life was never meant to be lived looking backwards all the time. Yes, most definitely, let us learn from the past. Let us respect the experiences, but let us not build our entire identity around our worst chapter. A bad moment is not a bad life. A mistake is not a permanent identity. And a painful season is not the full story of who we're becoming. You are allowed to grow beyond old versions of yourself. And you are most certainly allowed to heal beyond what hurt you. You're allowed to stop introducing yourself to life through your own wounds. Because sometimes freedom begins the moment you stop saying, "This is what happened to me," and you start saying, "This is what I choose to become now." And that is our message of motivation for the morning. It will get us into our weather update, after which great music will come our way. Kind Ketty, DJ Phil, myself, Johnnie Hughes, a host of other great personalities lined up for you from now to 10 a.m. This is what the Ghana Meteorological Agency says we can expect this morning. Partly cloudy conditions will prevail over most places in the country this morning, with mist or fog patches likely to form over high grounds and forest zones during the early hours. Sunny weather with periodic cloud cover will dominate much of the country as the day advances into the afternoon. However, from the late afternoon into the evening, thunderstorms or rain of varying intensity are expected over part of the coastal and inland areas, the middle, transition, and northern sectors. That's our weather for you this morning. We can do great music now. Kind Ketty, DJ Phil. We're back shortly with newspapers and a host of others for you. Please stay tuned in.
3FM Sunrise.
we enjoy here in the country in terms of gospel music. Time for us to begin to dive deep into what the papers are saying. Let's get into the newspapers for you right now. 22 to the top of the hour. Let's get you into the newspapers right now. Good mornings to Johnnie Hughes and a brand new voice with us here on the 3FM Sunrise. Good morning to K Kujo.
Charlie, how be?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Oh,
morning.
it's a first good morning, so there has to be some excessive...
Some energy.
Absolutely.
Energy.
Good morning to you, K Kujo.
Good morning. Good morning to lovely listeners. And happy to be here.
Happy to have you as well. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good to have you here. Well, Mawuena, how's your drive to work?
I got in. It was okay.
It was okay. No Aboboya on the way.
No. It's quite interesting. I think the new. It's not a new road these days. The Palace Spintex stretch, right? And so it's.
That's the new bougie road in town.
Everybody likes to go through
so
the main
smooth.
Spintex, yeah.
Charlie is so smooth. No.
You hit traffic.
No. Yesterday I was going towards the what do you call Charlie Boche areas. No, I used that and dodged and Charlie before I realized I was in paradise. Yeah.
It's pretty smooth sailing.
Okay, how's your drive?
It was okay.
Please.
I was a bit early, so I didn't experience any traffic at all.
You're an early bird.
Usually they don't. You don't experience traffic.
I always thought two people that they are the best shifts, dawn shift, and then maybe when
the
you're
night
coming
shift,
on
AM to PM.
Exactly, and so maybe you're coming in around 2, you meet less and less traffic.
Yeah.
But for some stretches, it doesn't. It concerns little
Them
the
go
time.
feel it.
You feel the traffic when you're on your way to work. So
oh my God,
that's it. Let's get into.
So Mawuena, the BC guys are at home now.
Yeah, they are. I think they
done.
finish on Monday.
What are they doing?
And Wasi.
What are they doing?
Well, it depends
as a country, what have we planned for them to do with their lives?
Because
these days everybody has a laptop, computer, there's some smartphone in your hand. So the days of computer school, Microsoft, Corel Draw, computer hardware, those days are past.
Yeah.
So what are they doing with their life? In my days, that was what we were exposed to. When you are done with JSS, you go and do some computer classes and the rest while you wait for your results.
It's got to be J classes.
Exactly. I mean, you wait for those ones. I have 2 of those certificates. I don't know what I use them for.
But at that time, it was good experience.
It was the ish in town. Okay, it was the ish in town, right?
Yes,
at the time, Charlie, computer school at the time after JSS.
But I think it was more of the secondary school.
No, JSS.
Because after the JSS, during my time, I'm a bit younger.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one.
The vacation was pretty short, so there was very little to do.
In our time, we had to wait for about a year.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 years.
You waited a year before going to secondary school.
Because the secondary school calendar and the JSS calendar was not, they were not synced like it's today. So
really?
You had to wait. There was a long period of wait.
I think for now it's a few months, right?
Yes,
so
a few months.
2-3 months.
Yeah.
Your
It
results
started
are.
with us.
Yeah.
So it was a very short break. So usually you prep up for going to secondary school and things.
Some pre-SHS classes and all. But I'm saying that now, as a country, what have we planned for them? It's important. We're talking about our future, and it is at this point of their adolescent lives that they tend to experiment with a lot of things. You know, they want to experiment with a lot of things. That it be sexual, it be social, it be whatever it is.
And ripe to be introduced to certain vices as well.
And their parents will not be at home. Now we don't live in that strict communal, sense that we used to have, where you can go and leave the children with grandma, that grandma will be there. Because grandma herself is hustling.
A fellow neighbor keeping a...
Grandma herself is hustling. She's out there trying to look for
we have a lot of young
one or two. Exactly.
A lot of young ones.
I am a grandpa, by the way. You're looking for one or two. The neighbor is also looking sharp, trying to look for Nokofio.
Everybody. I always
there.
wonder who stays home these days if they don't have business in and around the community.
Yeah. So that's where the problem is. So for me, from a social protection standpoint, what have we planned for them? Because we always knew that they were going to come home. WASI is on. It will be the same conversation after WASI. What happened to volunteerism? What happened to holiday jobs? What happened to apprenticeship? What happened to all those ones? It's a conversation that we must have as a country, because those soft skills that people require when you apply with your certificates to go and work is now missing.
I did a little catering after BEC, even though the vacation was pretty short.
Yeah.
At the time, that was you definitely have to find something to do.
Yeah.
I had to manage that and pre-SHS classes. Right. But it was meaningful. It wasn't just myself. With a little pastries here, cake crafts there.
I mean, my experience was helping my mom out with a business.
That's something.
Yes, after GHS, and so that period. So I recall it was a 2010 World Cup. It was like a World Cup year this one, and so my entire wait for senior high school, I was helping my mom.
And that has helped you to manage money.
Yes.
So you don't waste money.
There is a certain appreciation as well as to customer care, customer relations.
That's right.
So that's why I struggle when I go to get something and the people are not paying attention and they sometimes want to talk to you anyhow. No. When you could be serving somebody, another person comes and says, "Oh, me show whilst you're working for the other person." So
as opposed to looking at the person in suit and tie like K, and then saying that, "Oh, those of
I
us who are wearing agbada, no chale, you relax, you no get money. Let's look at the suit and tie."
So bits and pieces like that from here as well.
And exactly the point I'm trying to drive at. That as a country, we can't be like everybody. You have your talent, I have mine. I'll go back to that Isel song. Rich men envy the poor men envy the rich. Therefore, what is the sense in envying your neighbor? But the second verse says, you have your talent.
Many talent.
I have my talent. Develop yours, let me develop mine. The only challenge is when painters want to become prime ministers, knowing that they are not fit for their job. That's where the problem begins. Let's try and let people find their level and their feet. And then as a country, we can make progress.
And I'll add that let us respect the different talents.
Exactly. There are people who have never had any work experience. They have been on campus throughout their lives. So let's say somebody who was born on university campus, went to university practice, went to secondary school maybe at Presec, and then came back onto campus to Legon, did first degree, was a TA. While being a TA, did master's program. After the master's program,
even TAs we would take it slightly
but I'm saying that even that you have to, and then right after TA, enroll into a PhD program. That's the PhD. Yes, so the person is confined to the campus. Now, in terms of work experience and all of those other worldview, the person doesn't have it. That kind of person will come to the table to look for a job with a PhD certificate, highly qualified. But are they really qualified for the world of work?
Skills.
Exactly the point. So as a country, we need to look at it. We're churning out a lot of certificates. I asked somebody the other day, what did you do in school? He said, oh, I read marketing. I have a degree in marketing.
On the field, no.
Then I asked him, if we are not producing as a country, what are you selling? What are you marketing? As a country, we are not producing. So you that has marketing degree, what are you using? What are you selling? Because I have to produce for you to be able to tell people that there's a want, a need for this product, and based on that, they can use it and blah, blah, blah. You know, all those marketing things that we learned in school.
Yeah.
But if nobody is producing, what are you selling? What are you marketing?
I think it's a good opportunity for some entrepreneurial skills development. You know, usually when it starts early, it helps. And like Johnnie said, it's important we pay attention to it as a country. It should be a national conversation.
The only part I will add is, as we're having this conversation, even amongst ourselves, I ask myself, who should lead in ensuring that this 3 months across board becomes a meaningful learning period for the young ones? Parents, because parents immediately have a stake, right? Then I ask myself, do the schools they immediately left also have a role to play in terms of what can be done? Then community, in terms of metropolitan, municipal, district chief executive, because within all of those places, there's an understanding as to the number of students who are there, persons who wrote exams and all of that. So perhaps we can begin to box around and
even the religious
organizations as
religious,
well.
Yeah, because
when you're going to, they pray, they call they JHS people, they come for, they pray for them.
And they'll give them masses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Muslim community, usually around this time, that's when they learn more about their religion.
That's right, the Quranic lessons.
And it keeps them occupied. I swing between Tamale and Accra, so I've witnessed quite a number of them. You see after BC, they'll be wearing their hijab, the ladies, the guys, well-dressed, going to learn something. But I think it occupies them. The devil finds work for the idol.
Absolutely. So good morning to our Minister for Employment and Dr. Rashid Papa. What's his?
Employment, jobs, and labor relations.
Yeah, good morning to him. Now these days I get confused when I have to.
You know, the way they change the
good morning to
that.
good morning to the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection. Also good morning to the Minister for Sports and Recreation. Ghana Athletics. It's okay. Let's continue. I refuse to be tempted.
Today,
I refuse to be tempted.
You cannot refuse to be tempted.
No. I refuse.
Have you seen some of the?
I'm a child of God, Mawuena. I want to remain chaste.
So, but the only positive, which I was picking from all of what happened, is for some of these individuals whose poll votes snapped in two whilst they were attempting it. They said we didn't procure it, and they came with their own. That is the only thing.
You know, we've been here before. You remember the All Africa Games? People brought their own bicycles, and the bicycles at some point got broken into two. You remember that? The lady brought their own bicycles.
Yes.
They were put in a bucket of vehicles. They were giving undersized or oversized boots to wear. Charlie, who has bewitched us? I want to understand though.
It seems no matter how well-intentioned we want to deliver, some way, somehow, we always find ourselves going back and
Charlie, the thing that snapped into two, they need to give it to Hajia to use it for wache, to cook wache with it. Because at this point,
and it's very dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
The risk.
The guy could have killed himself.
Or fallen head first, something.
Or even directly on the pole, broken.
The thing is that, so Mawuena, we waited, as I mentioned earlier yesterday, we waited for 40 years to host it. 40 years. 40 years is a full life. 40 years is older than you, Mawuena. 40 years. 40. Oh. We say 40, it would make 40.
For me,
and then we couldn't plan.
Ghana was 29 at the time.
When we were bidding for when we were bidding for this, we knew that we wanted this to come home. We went to make flowery speeches. We made presentations. We spoke about it. We went to wherever we put budgets to it. We had closed door meetings. Some people were even taken out of the meetings, I'm sure. Some people were prevented from attending the meetings.
There was no time. So this were our athletes looking at video replays, trying to determine what
their time is. Oh.
For all the positive PR we've received from ISHO Speed coming to this country to the UN resolution, this is wiping it all away, because the level of embarrassment from the other athletes from the other African countries who've been sharing and posting about on social media.
We can look. It will take us more money to undo this damage that we have orchestrated with our own hands and hearts.
Yeah,
it will take us more. Look, shotgun. How much does a shotgun cost? Mawuena, maybe you want to Google it. How much does a shotgun cost? Right? How much? Pole vault? How much? Timer? How much? How much does it cost? How much?
What will it take for
40 billion cedis? Is not small money. It may be inadequate for all of what is happening, but it is not a drop in the ocean.
The explanation is that monies have not been released.
So why are you beginning the thing if monies have not been released? So now they are behaving like the student loan trust fund people. When you're in school, you're supposed to receive your loan to be able to take you through the semester, correct?
Yeah.
So your books, your transportation, other stuff is supposed to support you. The money doesn't come. The money comes when you're on vacation at home. So the money becomes money for chop. And that is the same thing we are doing. So monies have not been released. We are putting up this shambolic performance and this national embarrassment on a global platform. And then after the tournament has ended, monies will be released and the monies will be used for chop. And they will be given a report that says that we spent X amount on the tournament. That's where we are going.
Yeah.
Monies, is this a priority of the government? Is this the priority of the minister? Is this the priority of the National Sports Authority?
The shared disbelief in the eyes of Joe Paul.
Look,
he couldn't believe he's having to rewatch videos on the phone to try and
understand whether he won the thing or not.
In fact, in the men's 100-meter final, the person who came out first, a Cameroonian, it was clear. We couldn't announce who was second, who was third, because we didn't have any system in place to determine who came second or third. And so they were going through video footages.
Charlie, this one, we could have done it for them. If they had come to contract us to do it for them at Media General, we could have done it for them. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
I mean, even secondary school sports in
Intercore.
Intercore and Super.
We're able to tell who won what.
Yeah. And the organization is not bad. If you looked at the recent one in Kumasi, for instance.
The sheer disbelief in his eyes.
He couldn't believe it. He said,
yesterday,
it reminds me of the guy yesterday who spoke yesterday.
The one whose race was at 4 p.m.
Yes, he said the race was at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And then he was told the race was at 4 p.m. So he said, let me just go and be around the place around 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Only for him to get there to know that, Charlie, my race is going to happen. Not be my people be that. This is my race.
And I think he came second.
That's even without warm up, as he calls it, and any preparation.
He just had to.
So imagine if he had warmed up properly, he would have won.
Yeah,
he would have won.
But there's a explanation that 1400 may have confused the person who told him.
No. 1400 is 2 p.m. What are you talking about? Anybody who said that is not fit to work there. What even put me off was the guy who said that, look, see, there's another suit and type. Let's listen to what he's saying.
This is the Bawa Husseini, who's the Athletics Association boss.
Let's listen to him.
Tomorrow we have been, if it's not working, then we'll fix it tomorrow. The start list is always there. I don't know why you don't get it. Maybe you go there in great number, but I know start list is there. I have access to start list. So if you don't have access to start list, tomorrow, let's sort it out tomorrow in the morning before the afternoon session. The second question is what about the space there? This is how the stadium was built. I cannot create more space for the media there. Now, you are talking about chairs.
And then security.
The security, some of you come there. I can't control. If I control some of you, they become aggressive. All of you know. Wait. Some of you take your cameras. I've attended World Championship. I've attended Olympic Games. Some of you know that you have no right to take cameras and be walking around, but you have been doing it. You have been doing it. So if we want to enforce the rules, we will enforce the rules.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't want tomorrow I'll ask police. No, wait. I don't want tomorrow ask police, media, this is your area. I'll make sure that nobody goes there. You to make sure that you stay there. Finish. Correct.
You spoke about the athletes speaking about rationing of food. Personally, I was taken a little aback, I think, for us as organizers, but we do know that there will be complaints and everything. What we have done is to step up to see how we can change some of that narrative, because I go to the dome myself. We are always there. There is a lot of food, so we don't know where that came from. So it is something that I want to give you the assurance that we are working on. You spoke about...
So that's Veronica Comey.
See, the guy said they gave him one boiled egg and one chicken drum or chicken bone.
He can't take more than one chicken.
Now, the guy says, look, on my own, off-season, I eat 20 eggs in the morning, on my own, in my house. When the season is on, I eat 9 eggs in the morning, on my own. Then you bring me into a tournament, and you say you're going, that's the guy. Let's listen to him.
Back? Well, I expected a lot when we got here. I expected a hotel at least, or anything, But when we got in the rooms, the beds were leather. We got sheets, we got a pillow, but no blanket. The aircon, we don't have an aircon remote. We had to request at the reception for aircon remote. You're not allowed to keep your aircon remote. You set it and you give it back. There were no toilet paper. We had to go ask for toilet paper. There's no warm water. The water is one temperature. There's no, the tap water doesn't work. Some of our rooms, guys in our rooms, water doesn't work in their room. What else? Oh, and then the eating, like the eating hall. We go there, we ask for food. They fight with us. We're not allowed to take more than one chicken bone. And I asked them, okay, listen, we are athletes. We need to eat. We need to hydrate. We need to eat. And we asked them, and they said, no, go. And then you're not allowed to take chicken and fish. You're only allowed to take a chicken, or you're only allowed to take fish. And then I fight with them, like, listen, I need to eat. And then they, okay, I'll give you at least 2. So they just give me 2 chickens. And then in the morning, they give me a half an egg or 1 egg. That's
half
it.
An egg? How does
half
that
an
work?
egg or half an egg or 1 egg. That's it. You're not allowed to get any more eggs. I am home. I'm I'm eating 20 eggs in the morning. 20 eggs on its own in the bulk. Off season now, in season now, I eat like 8 or 9 eggs. I'm only allowed 1 egg. And then when I was sleeping, I had no blanket. My whole roommates, all of us had no blankets. They said we have to bring our own blankets. So I mean, for all African Games champ, putting us in a hostel without blankets, without food, with warm water, we're not allowed to. We're not getting cold water. There's no fridges, nothing. I expected a lot more. I love Ghana. Ghana is amazing. I'm going to explore it now the next week. Me and my buddy, we're finished now, so we're going to explore it for the next week. But the staying conditions wasn't great, eh?
So,
Charlie,
the tales have not been great, and for me, it's the global scale of the embarrassment.
The guy says, if you get chicken, you don't get fish. Onya kuko fuma, onya silver, onya kuko fuma.
After all of this, I don't like the fact that the sports minister is quiet.
What has he to say?
No, you see, and I was going to say maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong.
Charlie, you are not wrong.
This possibly is a time. Oh my God. This possibly is a time where the minister should come forward, explanations on the ground, trying to understand why things are going. Because day one, we were here yesterday, we were talking about it after day one. Day two, poll votes are snapping in two, and athletes cannot see the time they've made.
Yeah.
And they are challenging result. I think in the women's 100 meters, Nigeria is challenging that their athlete did not come third and came second, and they are asking for a review and all of that. I don't think it's a time for hiding. I'll be very honest. Forward. Can we salvage this between now and Sunday? Because the event ends on Sunday. That is why because as for us, if you leave us, we will talk about it.
Yeah. Look, what you know, the media tribune that Calvin spoke about.
Yeah.
The gentleman in the suit and
Bawa Fushini, that's the.
His what? His what again?
He's the head of the Athletics Association.
Did you hear what he said? That if you force us to enforce the law, we'll enforce the law. Where in the world do you hold tournaments like, say, FIFA World Cup?
But these are just excerpts of what he said.
You know,
listen to the full thing, you'll be amazed.
That's why I was laughing, because I don't want to get angry. Where in the world do you have athletes or do you have journalists dictating the rules? This is your media box, and that's where you are reporting from. Bam, finish.
Compliance.
Finish. You leave the people to do what they want. Jama people have taken over media reporting box, and journalists are also taking their destinies into their hands. They are roaming around trying to look for. God, we are journalists. If you leave us, we will go and look for news. We will go and find the news. I'm telling you.
And let me tell you the reason why they can't enforce that. Because the facilities which should be available for journalists is not there. Johnny, when you go, that's why I keep saying that Botswana hosted the...
Just last year.
No, not last year. A week ago, World Relays, right? Had the entire world going there for World Relays and all of that. When you go to the media center, there is provision made available. Data, you're seeing replays, you're seeing this and that. You're getting fact sheets and things to work with. The Legon Sports Complex doesn't have it. In fact, if not for the filming of journalists and persons close by, athletes cannot get videos from which they are comparing to see whether or not they made time. So he cannot say he's going to enforce it, because when you keep them in a booth, what are they going to be doing? It's just a box with tables. There's no laptop. Nobody's providing data as to which athlete is coming. This, that. There is nothing.
Poor organization.
There is nothing. So they have to be roaming to be getting exclusives. See the video as to the poll vote snapping.
Yes,
it's a mobile phone video. If you were in the media stand, you would not
have gotten that,
And he will not actually also get highlight reels as to what's happening. So that is the complexity of everything.
Look,
so he can't enforce it.
Look, heads must roll. Yes, heads must roll. I'm telling you. Heads must roll. It must not be business as usual. Heads must roll. Heads must roll.
We're tired of
if this will call for the reshuffle of the Minister for Youth and Sports, so be it. But this is not good. We spoke about this, and this is just a bigger picture or a bigger mirror of how we even prepare our people to go and contest. This is the contest itself. Can you imagine the preparation, the run-up to this contest?
Well, we're not talking about the ferrying someone on Accra Kumasi bus to take a flight to go and help us qualify for next year's World Athletics Championship.
And we were even bragging about it in addition. After that rubbish, we even bragged about it. How much does it cost to fly somebody from Kumasi to Accra? How much?
This one they learned a few lessons.
I'm saying that on my own. Me, I can fly from here and go to Tamale and fly to Kumasi and fly back to Accra and go to
How much
Takade
about
and
the
come.
nation state
The
Ghana?
nation called Ghana. The nation called Ghana. How much? How much? By the time the guy sits in the bus from Kumasi to Accra, that's 4 or 5 hour journey. The person is already tired.
Exhausted.
Gets onto the plane, check-in procedures at Kotoka International Airport before they get onto the plane to fly wherever they want to go. Jet lag and all of that. They hit the ground and they have to go and compete. Look, they are determined to make something happen, so they will do it. But is that the way to treat them? And mind you, they are not going to compete against themselves. They go and meet other people who have seen better, who are enjoying better.
Yeah.
So they ask them, say, "Oh, Joe, Charlie, how was your journey?" Say, "Oh, they flew me."
I just arrived.
I just
You
arrived.
be saying I just arrived whilst you're joining them to go.
And then they said, "Oh, I've been here for the past 3 days. We went on sightseeing. We went
2 weeks. Well,
Charlie.
3 days. 2 weeks.
Charlie,
Yeah,
so
I have 2 weeks before.
So is it worth it? This clearly is not good. Look, you let them come and give us 10 million. We will do it for them from Media Journal. I'm telling you, let them give us 10 million. Food, we will call Auntie Philly.
I beg you.
No, I'm saying for refreshment, we'll call Auntie Philly. Then we'll add Sophia, bring some more water and drinks. Then we'll organize the thing. Then beds, we'll go and buy student mattress. Because what the guy is talking about, how he's describing the thing, it be some way. They have heads must roll.
It's a bit complex.
Johnny is oversimplifying the thing.
No, but that's the truth.
It's not fair to the people.
Okay.
It's not fair to the people. I mean,
Look
yes,
at,
yes, yes.
Okay, it's okay. This is the food. Auntie Philly won't serve you this.
No, you see,
Sixtus, what are you talking about?
It's not about Auntie Philly. Can you imagine the national embarrassment for a kid like
I don't even know what to say.
Kenya Sports to take a picture of this and post on the internet?
Chairman,
I don't know what to say again.
I say that
I stopped myself in my
let's
say that
let's
this is
ask
the food Ghana is offering us as athletes.
Just by the look of it, how much would this plate of rice cost?
There should be about maybe 10 cities.
Yeah, I'm saying Auntie Philly won't serve you this. If you give Auntie Philly 30 cedis, she won't serve you this.
It looks like beans.
Yeah, it looks like
it's rice and beans.
Bean stew.
No, it's stew. It's not beans.
It's
it's cabbage stew.
Beans in it.
There's beans inside. The beans is the protein. You have to make do with the protein.
And this is posted by a national platform.
So
Kenya Sports.
Kenyan Sports is with Peter Njogi.
Kenya Sports posted this.
And it says, AI guys, this is what athletes are getting in Ghana. Botswana cleaned the plate of Africa in 2028 since you did a fantastic job during the 2026 World
I said
Relays.
the 2026 relays he's talking about was a week ago.
So this is the
where the world was in Botswana, and we beat Botswana to host this competition.
Yeah.
So he's saying Botswana should save the face
They should
of
come
Africa
and clean the plate.
in 2028.
Clean the face of Africa. Look, Auntie Philly will not serve you this for 30 cedis. I'm telling you. I can bet my last coin on it. If you like, if those listening, come, let's go and buy Auntie Philly.
Rose will never do
That's
this.
fine rice, though.
I'm not saying it's
This is
not
actually local rice. So.
In fact, Rose
will not do
Rose at our cafeteria. If you give her 30 cedis, Mawuena, in fact, yesterday you and I went to buy jollof. Your jollof was 25 cedis. Mine was 30 cedis, right?
Yeah.
Where we serve this.
Economy and first class.
Are you saying no? But I'm saying even with that, 30 cedis, you would see the report and you see how much this food costs. This is rice with 1 scoop of bean stew.
Does this qualify
It's
as
really
a
not
scoop?
bean stew.
Or it's half spoon.
It's beans stew.
It's beans. At 6 you get eye problems.
693 people.
It's heated, like cooked the day before.
Me, I'm
then
interested
heated
in
the
what is beneath. 693 people have liked this.
693.
Go to it by this morning, and a lot more persons would have seen this. A lot more persons will be seeing the nation state Ghana.
And this is an hour after the post was put up.
Charlie, so this
See
is
the reactions.
Yeah, this was yesterday. I know.
693 plus 189 plus.
This was yesterday.
An hour after it was posted,
Yeah.
this was when the screenshot was taken. So
we
you can
have
imagine.
ministers who are putting in so much work to improve our international reputation, the overall outlook. And when things like this happen, it only sets us back.
Charlie, this is plain rice with and bean stew with small problem.
But year after year, we keep having these conversations. So,
Yeah.
so what next?
That's what I'm saying. Heads must roll because, look, we keep keeping people at posts. Heads must roll. This is plain rice with bean stew with small problem. You get small problem. Why, Charlie? Can you imagine? You're supposed to eat this and go and be running around. Charlie. The heart of man
Anyway,
is
so
wicked.
good morning to the Sector Minister, Kofi Adam, our friend. Good morning to the DG, National Sports Authority.
Yeah, Ampofuankra. Let's add their
Yeah,
names.
Ampofuankra. Good morning to the Deputy DG, Veronica Kome. And both are journalists.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's put that on the record. Both are journalists. So they understand the weight and demand for accountability.
Oh, Charlie.
They know that their colleagues will be asking them questions in this matter. The sports minister himself is an associate journalist. He's played in the media space for so long.
Yeah.
So he understands that definitely questions will be coming. So our friend Kofi Adam, there are a lot of questions on this. Ultimately, something must happen. Somebody must go home.
Yeah.
Where do we start from?
You start from the top.
Have we already started investigations? If not, why?
No, the man said.
If not, why?
The man at the sports authority said it was not better yesterday, but now today we will look at.
His voice was beginning to.
He said we will look
evoke
at
some
we will
anger
look
in
at
me.
it this morning.
Yes.
So that by afternoon
it will be okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah.
No, he says let's wait. If by morning it doesn't, then we'll fix it in the afternoon. Yes. And he's defending the concern the journalist raised was it's not that they don't have a media area. They have a media area, but the concern is that media area has been taken over by Jama singers.
People.
So it speaks to disorder in the stadium. It speaks to disorganization. Nothing is in place. Nobody is doing what he or she is supposed to be doing. It is somebody's job to be able to manage who stays where, who does what happens at what time. I believe people have all those rules.
But you see, you look at the
even
stadium.
entrance. There are different entrances to different locations in the stadium. Am I wrong?
That's right. Different
you
gates.
cannot come from popular stand to VIP.
Yeah.
Somebody would have to allow you through the VIP entrance. And there would have to be a certain description that shows that you are VIP.
That's right.
So there would have to be a certain description that shows that I'm a journalist for me to be allowed into
the journalist box.
Exactly.
So but I'm saying that if you look at the stadium the way it is now, the place is literally empty.
Yes.
If you have a lot of Jama people, why don't you find a place in the stadium, an empty space with the stadium, and keep them there? Must they be in the media box?
So the turn up itself is one thing to look at. Because the turn up was very low. And I think from what our colleague is saying, who run accreditation?
Yeah, yeah.
No, but maybe that one we cannot entirely blame the people because all the adverts they ran, they said free. They were going to have
It's
free.
It's free gates.
But maybe because we just don't trust something.
It's free show. The thing is free.
But there's another.
So this was what we were discussing earlier about the Rosemary Chukuma who was protesting that, and she said she had won.
In Nigeria.
But also it comes back to what we're talking about, that there are no timers, no proper screens, no proper mechanisms to be able to say that, look, Rosemary won or person B won or whoever won. And they say they have appealed, so they are waiting the final verdict. But they awarded the silver medal anyway, but they are waiting the final verdict because they believe they have won. I mean, how do we embarrass? We embarrass ourselves to Nigeria, we embarrass ourselves to Kenya, to Zimbabwe, to
Zambia.
And Zambia that was teasing us a while ago about our smoke. We thought we had finished it with gushes. Then suddenly we bring this one, plain rice with bean stew that has small problem. Oh my God. Anyway, the New Republic newspaper this morning. Okwe Akufu draw battle lines over Takwa lease. I see. Former Speaker, former CJ.
And Council of State member.
What are we to do? We are small boys, so we'll wait for the fight to happen. We'll go and cover it. GTech boss in firestorm as Jenapol's attempt to hijack college principals sparks revolt. Gunshots, machetes, NPP factions shatter Tepa polling station vote. And the big banner headline: I have a twin. Detained MP pleads alibi. Invented ghost twin brother to escape FBI. Seek diplomatic cover in Dutch cells. The man says he is a twin. He is a twin. It wasn't me. DJ Phil, it wasn't me.
But this is not
It
difficult.
wasn't me.
It's not hard to verify.
He said he's a twin.
He's a twin.
He said, I have a twin. I have a twin. What your people are saying about me is false.
Our fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the teeth of the children have been set on edge.
I have a twin. I have a twin.
I
have a
and
twin.
it's a lengthy one.
Yeah.
He really had a lot to say.
No, he had a lot to say about his twin brother.
Oh, wow.
He has a twin. The guy.
Let me take you to the Punch newspaper. It says, truth stands. Abuja cracks down on lazy contractors. We've been running this from Monday. NPA rolls out 24-hour fuel service. Comes with the picture of the very handsome Eduji Tamaklu. He's married, by the way. SHS feeding crisis resolved. Sector Minister Haruna Idrisu is pictured stern looking, and the Leonard Attorney General says new legal education bill takes off soon. Asante Hakim MP held in Netherlands. That is on page 5 of the Punch newspaper, Punch Africa newspaper. They don't have that angle. Where's page 5?
Of the twin.
Of the twin. It's a page 5. The story is not on page 5. Punch Africa. Your page 5 is missing your headline.
Are you twinning your pages?
You are twinning the pages. It is somewhere in the paper. I cannot find it where they say it is. Okay, so rather it's on page 8. Punch Africa. The story is on page 8, not page 5. Asante Hakim MP, Asante Achim, this matter. MP held in Netherlands. Parliament has confirmed, well, they are still running with the very first development in the story. And it's a very short one they have. But there's something the Punch has. Kind courtesy NPA on the back page of the paper. Just for public information and education, it says that when a fuel tanker crashes, when it breaks down, when there's an accident involving anything fuel, please,
Stay
three
away.
things you should not do.
Stay away.
Desist from scooping or siphoning fuel. Do not get closer to the scene in an attempt to take videos and pictures. My Gen Z people. Don't. It is not the time for you to create content. It is not the time for you to show that you were there some. Please stay away. And finally, petroleum products are highly flammable, and a small spark can trigger a catastrophic explosion, causing deaths and loss of property.
I think we've seen that a number of times.
Yes. Yes. So finally, when you see it, call trained professionals, such as the Ghana National Fire Service.
Like they're the first people you should be calling when you see a tanker.
Or the Ghana police personnel to handle.
A bit more in terms of the front pages, then we get into the K.
Yes, for the Spider, it says blow-by-blow account, how MP Kwame Ohene-Frimpong was plucked from a flight in Amsterdam.
Hey, those are
blow-by-blow account.
Those
he was plucked.
Yeah, that was the word I used yesterday on TV. That's why. In fact, I said blow-by-blow account of how he was plucked from
TV.
They just lifted your words and put it on the front
when
page.
he read it, I was like, why?
Or do you work there
No, wait,
secretly?
read the lead and let's see.
Yeah, the lead should be on page.
Maybe,
Yes,
maybe our editor needs to have a word with the editor of the Spider.
Yes, that's Charlie. You cannot do.
Oh,
cannot
mean,
do.
the English word is something that can be used, but
It was
because
same
I
phraseology.
use, because I used
It's a
it,
different thing using English words,
But
same
the same
words.
phraseology.
That one is another matter.
So the story is by Dodu Nezi.
Doduenezi. It's a name we've been boxing about here.
Doduenezi.
Let there be silence. Yeah.
The silence.
Powerful name.
It's a really nice name. Doduenezi.
And it says a dramatic, almost cinematic arrest has thrust Ghana's political landscape.
But we also use dramatic.
But he added almost cinematic.
So that's the difference. Okay.
A dramatic, almost cinematic arrest has thrust Ghana's political landscape into turmoil after independent legislator Kwame Ohene Frimpong was seized mid-journey at Schiphol Airport under circumstances that remain murky but deeply consequential. A night flight that ended in chaos. What began as a routine international trip quickly spiraled into a high-stakes international incident. On the evening of Saturday, May 9th, the Asante Achim North MP quietly departed Accra aboard a KLM flight, reportedly bound for the United Kingdom via Amsterdam. There were no outward signs of trouble, no public alerts, no official notices, just another passenger on a scheduled route. But by the early hours of Sunday morning, the situation had taken a dramatic turn. Don't disembark. The moment changed everything. At approximately 5 a.m., the aircraft touched down in Amsterdam. Passengers prepared to disembark. Then came the delay. Eyewitnesses say the aircraft doors remained shut longer than usual. Cabin crew appeared tense. Moments later, unidentified security officials believed to be linked with the FBI boarded the plane. What followed stunned passengers. Mr. Frimpong was allegedly singled out while seated. Without public explanation, he was approached, questioned briefly on board, and then escorted off the aircraft. He was literally handpicked, one eyewitness recounted. It felt like a scene from a movie. Interrogation at 30,000 feet. Detention on the ground. Sources indicate that preliminary questioning began right inside the aircraft cabin before the MP was led away. By approximately 6 a.m., barely an hour after landing, he had been formally detained within the airport security zone, never making it through immigration.
Check it. What's in the New Republic newspaper?
They also have a similar version.
Now the man says, ironically, he said, "I'm a twin." And it says, ironically, Frimpong is genuinely connected to a pair of real twins, Jamal Abubakar, popularly known as Arrangement, and Kamal Abubakar, known as Lancaster. And your number was telling me about this was Mawuena who asked me to go. The FBI arrested them upon arrival in the U.S. when they had reportedly gone to collect $2 million from their scam operations. Both are in custody.
The set of twins.
Yes, facing the federal charges. But when it came to investigating his own twin, Frimpong's lie was exposed within hours. So he knows twins, but he himself is not a twin. Now, this paper also puts together a chronology of events in the United States that the FBI has linked him to the infamous Isaac Kofi Odro, aka Kofi Boat. You remember Kofi Boat was arrested, romance scam of 100 million of vulnerable Americans. And then it also comes to the United Kingdom, where Frimpong, who often travels to the United Kingdom, where his immediate family is based. Weeks ago, he allegedly battered his wife, and she reported the matter to the police and made a statement. The case was pending when he fled, only to be caught in Amsterdam. Britain is now waiting to prosecute him for domestic violence. So he left the United States where there was problem, went to the UK where he is being looked for, and then after fleeing to Ghana, went to the Netherlands. So 3 countries are looking for the same person.
It's the scale of it is what I find unimaginable. A certain member of parliament, but
we've been there before.
I want to.
Erica
I want
Martin,
to.
we've been here before.
I want to hold my horses because innocent until proven guilty. Right, then we can begin to ask very serious questions.
But is he a twin? Is he a twin?
But is there been any communication from the FBI as yet as to
No, I know that we
not yet.
here have sent a few questions. We are waiting responses, which will come through from the FBI and the others. Only just awaiting responses because we've been trying to get in touch to get a bit more in terms of details. I think on a search which was conducted on the website yesterday as well did not reveal anything in particular. But we continue to await what that response will be. The other thing that I know is there's been some extra detail which is being provided by the Majority Chief Whip, who will seek to get as well this morning to provide a bit more details, because I understand the Majority Leader, the Honorable Mahama Yarega, has visited him.
A few already.
Yes. Has
Was he also
him.
on the flight?
No, he wasn't. I understand there were other members of Parliament on the flight.
With
him when the arrest happened, in the manner in which you described it actually. And so what I understand is that Majority Leader had to cancel whatever thing he was doing and take a flight there to get understand. It also explains why Parliament issued that statement I think on Tuesday, because they issued that statement late in the night, which got because the rumors had started swelling that Ghanaian MP picked up this, that.
Because
so
he bears a diplomatic passport.
Yes.
But at this point, the diplomatic passport will be useless because it's a crime. It's not that he's been restricted from entering Netherlands, or he's been restricted from doing lawful business in the Netherlands. What it is that there's suspicion of commission of crime, and that alone is enough grounds to, if you look at the Geneva Convention, to hold on to whatever diplomatic immunities that you have so that the matters can be dealt with.
So talking of suspicion, the Spider newspaper says, behind the dramatic arrest lies a shadowy allegation. A suspected fraud investigation reportedly valued at $32 million. While no official charge sheet has been released, fragments of intelligence suggest the possibility of an international warrant, potentially originating from the United States, triggering cooperation between American and European authorities.
His lawyers are though arguing that he traveled on a diplomatic passport, so he cannot be arrested. But does diplomatic immunity cover crime or suspicion of crime? I mean, we are just at the investigative.
These are questions.
Stages.
I mean, we'll need a bit more in terms of education on
but
that
then you see,
because
to connect it, we know that these twins that we spoke about,
Lancaster
and what? Can you imagine some names? So apparently the guys are alleged to have scammed people over and over and over again, and then they had a $3 million deal. They had a woman who was doing the drop off for them. So I scam Mawuena. I give the money to Sixtus, and then Sixtus goes to bring the money to me. So Sixtus is the woman. So I am a twin with K. Kujo, and the woman has been doing the drop off for us. She was able to give us 1 million of the 3 million, and then she said, "Oh, as for the 2 million." She came to Ghana, said everything. So as for the 2 million, you have to come with me to the US to go and collect the money. And they followed him sheepishly. Followed the woman sheepishly.
What money can do?
What money cannot do, more money can do. And then followed the woman sheepishly to the place, and then they
didn't even say, "Oh, one of us will go."
No.
They both.
And I'm sure because it was money, they didn't tell anybody to that.
Yes.
We're going to collect any money.
And they didn't trust each other too.
No. So we have to go together.
If it were to be you, will you be telling people you are going for 2 million?
I'll tell people. Just in case I go and don't come back. You know, they didn't tell anybody about it. And I mean, you know, you are scamming people in the US, and then somebody comes to invite you to the US to now go. Somebody who's been collecting the money for you now says that, okay, I brought you 1 million of the 3 million, but that's for the 2 million. Then you have to come and collect it yourself. And you followed the person. You are not well.
So,
you know, when man sees money, stops thinking. I mean, you throw all caution to the wind.
But this is not a good look.
This is not
It's not.
Charlie, so the FBI is still in town, eh?
They have been. I think the Abu Trika.
They never left.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening. It does appear that they set targets.
They are always in town.
I suspect that this arrangement and Lancaster arrest and this Kofi Boat and now this member of parliament, we don't know if he's guilty.
No, because
yet
of the back-to-back nature.
No,
is
in
why
fact, we are
I'm-
not even
I'm-
certain as to the charges against him.
we are not.
Yeah. Whatever we have as of now is still
Speculations.
speculative.
Yeah.
It's not.
What and like I mentioned, we'll speak to
Dapia Mokpo,
we'll
yeah.
seek to speak to Roxy Nelson, Dapia Mokpo, the majority chief. But what I understand from what he says is that there's a warrant for his arrest from the US.
Okay.
Which warrant was effected at the Schiphol?
I see.
Airport.
Right. So is that it was an FBI warrant
There's
on
a
his
warrant
head?
actually on his head,
Yeah.
which was effective.
Charlie, if this
And he was not aware of
Lancaster
it.
and arrangements, they go and talk, people, the FBI will come for people. Oh. At least we'll make our pressure come down. Those of us who wake up to come to work and legitimate money, and it will make our pressure come down.
I think it takes
Yeah.
us back to the conversation on extradition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially what Ghana is faced with, a former finance minister. And if you look at the sentiments within social media spaces, here a lot of Ghanaians are questioning if a sitting MP can be arrested, and why haven't they brought Oforiatta? If it's about solving crime, if it's about enforcing the rule of law, ensuring their sovereignty is not compromised, what is stopping them from doing the same in the case of Oforiatta? So those have been some civic sentiments.
in these cases, for example, this man was arrested out of the jurisdiction of Ghana, in Sipo, right?
Yeah.
And then, why do I always call him Akiem Popo? Lancaster and arrangements.
Ferried themselves to the US.
Yes, they took themselves to the USO.
Yeah.
Now, so the
To go and collect money.
so the interesting
The
thing
story
is
is funny.
So the interesting thing is that when you're going to be detained, you are kept at the very last end of the plane, like the forgotten part of the plane. That was where the seat the woman booked for them. So when they entered, they were being taken to the back, and I'm sure they should have gotten the indication, because according to
The woman booked the flight herself.
Yes. Came to book them. She was going to the US with them. And according to sources, when they got here to at the airports, the immigration guys, the customs guys, the black guys were telling them, "Charlie, they didn't come out for them. We are going to be $2 million rich. You are here. Enemy of progress." Take your time. By the time they got onto the shuttle and got onto the plane, it was too late, because you were already in there. And then they got to the US and they say, everybody wait. The two of you, please come. We want to check something small.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with Ghanaian courts.
Yeah, and
Exactly. We are ferrying back and forth.
No.
He's now
This one,
some 40-something million cedis bail.
this one, you came to us yourself on your own
Yeah.
volition. Yeah. Welcome. Now let's go towards this direction and go and see something. And I'm sure that they will talk. Once they start talking, a lot of big boys may go down. The FBI is in town. Yeah.
They are always in town.
The FBI is in town.
They're always collaborating
if your
with
money is not
agencies.
genuine, you will know, you will feel it. The FBI is in town.
A number of comments before I do the papers I have. So special greetings to K. Kujo from Akoto Nicholas. Kofi Adams, Neron de Boanegre says, Kofi Adams needs to be talked to. He's the Minister for Sports, not the Minister for Football. The annoying part is his posture when issues are brought to him. He says, this one is on another matter about RTI, doesn't directly speak to us. Engineer Shama Abba says, watching the segment live from Isikado. Jeff Bueri also says, sends a different message completely in relation to
the sports.
Okay, the sports. It says witchcraft phenomenon, greediness and unnecessary competition are not mere speculations, but fact as long as a demigod, the fear of being. Okay, I don't see how this relates to what it is.
It is witchcraft. What we are doing now is witchcraft.
I don't see how that is
That's in
related.
relation to the sports, right?
I should think so. Let me run quickly through some
ourselves.
of the papers that I have as well. The Daily Post reads, Mahama announces $300 million Star J project to end double track system by 2027. Commissions PET scan facility at Swedish Ghana Medical Center. Mohammed's free SHS review yielding result. Haruna Idrisu, 268 fuel stations, 8 petroleum depots, and 2 refineries to operate under NPA's 24-hour pilot program. 2 refineries. Okay, I know we have some other smaller refineries which we don't really mention, but it will be interesting to see how.
He mentioned one. I've forgotten the name that shuts down around 5 p.m. every day, and he thought that there could be more that we can do with that particular refinery, so that man hours and productive hours are not lost. But he wants to do this pilot in the Greater Accra region, in the northern region, I think the eastern region and the Ashanti region.
So it's a Tema Oil Refinery and Central Oil Refinery.
Yeah, Central.
Are to do the 24-hour
on a pilot basis.
On a pilot basis.
So Bonnegra says we should talk to Kofi Adams. There are 2 stages of talking, right? Like what we are doing now, we are talking. When you go to Nima, they say they want to talk to you. It's a different kind of talk. So he needs to come clear to let us understand the kind of talking he wants us to talk to Kofi Adams about. You know what I'm I want to talk to you.
No, obviously he means what we are doing.
No,
now.
I said no. I want to understand. Like I want to talk to you, and I want to talk to you. You understand? There are 2 different kinds of talking to.
Daily Democrat, Get Fund team visits Asantehene, briefs him about 400 million CDSK and USC Teaching Hospital equipment contract. Get Fund, KNUSC Teaching Hospital. Okay, maybe I need. I know Get Fund is in relation to education projects. Because there's teaching hospital in attached to it, maybe I need a bit more. Suspect arrested over bent body at Legon bypass. Trade minister engages rubber industry players on government export ban. And Ghana hits 39th in Press Freedom Index. DVLA deploys clone detection machines to strengthen vehicle verification. EU celebrates 50 years in Ghana. And state housing targets Ghana housing deficit. What's of interest for me is the Press Freedom Index, and what is fast becoming a very troubling development within our landscape as to matters of free speech. Yes, yesterday Dr. Baumia put out a statement about free speech being criminalized and all of that, and persons will have different opinions about it. What I find concerning and requires a bit of conversation is the fact that increasingly we are finding people getting onto social media and putting out blatant falsehood. Now we have 2 Ghana Todays. One that belongs to the NPP, one allegedly. That belongs to the NDC.
Allegedly.
And thank you for adding the allegedly. And it's a competition of who best fabricates lies about each other. And 2 days ago, I was reading a statement from the Minister for Government Communications that we will deal with such with truth. I don't know how that works.
It takes me to the president's speech last year during his engagement with the media last year, where he mentioned that misinformation and disinformation is actually being taken on extensively, and the security agencies have what it takes to fish out those who are caught up in this act. So I keep wondering, the Cybersecurity Authority, being responsible for some of these things. I've been wondering all this while, why haven't they been able to find the perpetrators of Ghana today? It raises
some of the
eyebrows.
things they put out, pure lies. Pure lies. Under the guise of free speech. It's. I think the lawyer is here. Will tell us it's misdemeanors, right? They will fall under the category of misdemeanors and what have you. But the nature in which it is fast becoming a thing, fast becoming a part of what we do. I think it's a bit worrying.
I have had my fair share of those things. I mean, things were said about me when I was actively doing Johnny's bike. Things were said about, oh, you have a baby here, you have not gone to collect the baby, you talk about child rights, hey, every step of the way, to the point they said, oh, somebody has given you $40,000 to come and say this. A lot of things. I mean, and those things were, it got to a point that I had to come in. Initially, I ignored a lot of those things. Yeah. Remember Mawuena when I went to the UK? They said I had gone to the Maldives, and these were not faceless people. These were known NPP former presidential staffers. These are not low blow people. These are like known people who were sharing it, who were perpetrating that falsehood. And this disinformation, misinformation conversation, I think that is always that which comes up when these things rear their ugly heads. You remember what didn't Kojo Upon Nkrumah say about misinformation and disinformation? You remember that he said he was going to do 16
lip service
16 different trainings for journalists across the country. Mm-hmm. We did Accra, and I think we did Kumasi, and that was all. We didn't do for all that. We just like the domestic debt exchange program will not go to the IMF conversation.
Is that the one they said every journalist was eventually going to get his turn?
And that we don't actually know how to practice and all of that. Meanwhile, some of us, we are contemporaries in terms of practice with Kojo Upon Nkrumah. Do you understand?
Yes.
So it was funny and sorry at the same time. Mind you, at the time when the World Press Freedom Index had dropped, remember when we were at Kempinski one day, President Akufo-Addo was busy telling all of us on the 3rd of May that, press freedom will be blah, blah, blah. At the same time, journalists were being beaten on that same day.
The same day.
Yeah. Same day. When the president was reading the speech to us, Kojo was there with him.
Yeah.
Journalists were being beaten. When we dropped many, in fact, we were at 30, we dropped down to 60 something, we came all the way down. He said, no, it is not because there was press, free speech was being curtailed, blah, blah, blah. So it gives me, I don't want to say it hurts me, like it surprises me when you have the same set of people now come to tell you about free speech.
Yes.
Look, Dr. Bawumia is the last person to be talking about free speech in this country. You know why? His wife, Hajia Samira, and the wife of President Akufo-Addo, a former first lady, right, were accused, where somebody sat on radio, Bobby and Sam, and made comments about them that they had gone to acquire AU village lands, blah, blah, blah. That was purely a civil matter. They criminalized the matter. The matter is still before court. What did Dr. Bawumia say about it? Security forces were sent to go and pick Bobby. What did he say about it?
Yeah.
He kept quiet about it. Was he not the chairman of the police council? Was he not the vice in chair of the National Security Council? Why? Was he not around the time?
Yeah.
Was Hajia Samira not living in the same house with him? He is the last person to be talking about it. And the interesting thing is this. Dr. Bawumia wants to be president of the republic again.
Yes.
He wants to be in power. He's not been president, but he wants to be president of the country. If you listen to his tone sounds like, okay, we will also come to power and we will deal with you. You want to be president?
That's what I gathered from the letter.
You are not telling us what superior ideas and vision you are bringing. Your first thinking is that you want to bring revenge. Should we vote for you to come and give revenge? Is that what we are looking for? Where we are now, the economic turmoil in which we find ourselves, that we have a situation where we are trying to get ourselves out of it. Our economy is growing by 7.7%. And the next thing on your mind for 2028 election going to 2029, if you win, is that yours is revenge.
Before you continue, we don't have economic turmoil. We've turned the corner. Just continue.
So are we out of, no, because at the last time we said we're out of the woods, we are turning the corner.
No, that was then. Now we
have turned the corner. Okay. So now he should be, he should rise above it. Many things happened at night. Same thing. Somebody said something about the former first lady. The person was picked up by national security people.
Yeah.
Thrown in there.
Mensa Thompson.
Mensa Thompson. Look,
Thompson also posted something about the former first lady. And in fact, I think I was there for the first court hearing at the circuit court here.
Right.
The one at the RCC side. There was
by the AMA, former AMA
side,
Bank of Ghana. Yeah.
No. The one just here at Adabraka.
Okay.
The circuit court.
Yes.
I forgot.
Ajabin.
Is that Ajabin court?
That's not Ajabin.
That one around City Campus.
Yes,
you see, there's some courts there.
That's right.
Yes. I was there in that hearing.
Look,
Mr. Thompson.
Look,
for posting something about the former first lady.
Look, Ajafo.
Yes.
You remember Ajafo, Modern Ghana?
Modern Ghana.
I went to cover that afternoon live on TV3. What did Ajafo write? Ajafo and his whole team at the Modern Ghana offices were ransacked. They were taken to BNI.
Hard drives confiscated.
They were hanged upside down. Dr. Baumia was in this country. He is the last person to be talking about press freedom. Whoever is pushing him to come and talk about it, he should save the last shred of credibility that he has. He should keep quiet. He should respectfully keep quiet. Because some of us, even with me, I went through it. I was chased in this country. I was lucky that my father had worked within a security architecture, so you'd have people giving you heads up here and there. Do you know what man went through? What are you talking about? He should be the last of the people.
Cool down.
Chairman of the police council.
Cool down for me.
Deputy of in charge of national security.
Cool down for me. Please give him the water.
He should be the. I will drink water. I brought the water myself. He should be the last of the people to be talking about press freedom.
Cool down for us.
Under his watch, we dropped from 30 something to 60 something.
Cool down.
Even that. Look, when in this country, and we're going through it, everybody was struggling. They said, "Fix the country." Fix the country. That was free speech. No be so.
Cool down.
We were told to fix yourself.
The concern.
I'm coming. Hold on. Allow me to die before you bury me. They said fix. We said fix your country. They said fix yourself. That's more like, I want to talk. They shut up. Don't talk. Then they sent Dr. Baumia to bring 77 things that the government was fixing. They codenamed it fixing the country.
Yeah.
You remember that?
After
publicly telling us that I'm a governor. Why was she arrested? Our very own Helena Piampofo. What were they protesting about? They were protesting about something, right? They were nearly arrested. Somebody who had just given birth at 37 and was wearing white to go and thank God, had forgotten his charger, came onto the street to pick the charger from somebody who was charging from. They picked the person up and kept the person in there. For what? He should be the last person
house
talking.
was a no-go zone.
Look, people were. I'm coming.
All
Free speech is not only about commentary on social media or on traditional media. Free speech is also about seeing something wrong with the government and seeking to protest about it lawfully, right? And being prevented from. Now, I want to present a petition to the presidency. And then they cordon off the place, and I'm kept at 37. Look at the distance between 37 hospital. Hold on, don't stop me. 37 hospital and the presidency. He was at the vice president's office. Did it stop anything? Law students were in this country protesting about the inhumane practices at the law school and their human rights being trampled upon. What happened to them? We sprayed hot water on them.
With hot water. Here now.
Hot water. I say he should. I can give you a plethora of them.
Which is why
I have a hard drive in my head.
Which is why I'm trying to hold.
Stop from entering my office.
Which is why I'm.
Latif, Joy News journalist Latif.
You can list it, but the point I want to make as we wrap up on the review segment of the newspaper is that all of these will still, and it's fair, but we can also come around the table and say some of the arrests we have been seeing, it's a complete.
And I'm saying that I'm saying that
I think another NPP official I understand was picked up
so Mawuena
some of these arrests we can channel our energies better.
Mawuena, free speech is not stupid speech.
Civil remedies.
Look, speak freely, but mind your speech. Speak your mind, but mind your speech.
Yes,
Free
that's
speech
a
actually
responsibility.
means responsible.
Be responsible.
Speech.
Look,
it doesn't mean just yesterday.
This morning we've been talking about Kofi Adams and asking for heads to roll. Have we insulted him? We have only put the facts out. And we have only given instances where Botswana did better. Yeah. And we are saying that, given the fact that you are using our money, given the publicity that we're giving to this event,
and giving what Ghana is,
international standards and what Ghana is and our image, this is not what we should be doing. So if somebody does it and they are not doing the work well, sack the person and be, that is free speech.
Yes.
If we come and say that Kofi Adams has a big head, his nose is flat, he's this, is that, then you can say that we have offended Kofi Adams. And that Kofi Adams, based on that, can do whatever he wants. But until that time, and I'm saying that in all the instances that I've spoken about, when Stanley Bleu was beaten up, who did he offend? When Latif was beaten up, who did he offend? When Joseph Armstrong of our newsroom, your colleagues, I'm talking, it could happen to you. In fact, when
I do not dispute
when you and Ismail Amachi were fired with tear gas and you couldn't find your way when you were covering demonstration, was it not part of abuse of free speech? You should give us a break.
The point
on this note of a break, can we break?
Yes, we can. We can do sport. We can do sports now because Akosia is like in and around the corners. The points that is being made.
We are finished.
Is that some of the arrests and some of the matters can be dealt with civilly, and state powers should not be used, because if it was wrong,
I agree with you.
It must be wrong
100%.
That's the point. And I also agree with you on the score. I
agree with you 100%.
On the large scale of things.
I think we should pair free speech with civic rights, and if I'm to, comment on what Johnnie mentioned.
No, you be the good guy.
These are serious issues. We saw the Ahmed Swale's
instance.
Still, if I even forgot about Ahmed Swale,
that hasn't been resolved. There's a long list. There was the Ahmed Swale incidents, Radio XYZ, and others. The fix that Oliver and Co.
Look,
Captain Smart, our very own Captain Smart.
Don't even go far. In this studio, when Alistair Matthias, Gold Mafia, that was the title of the documentary. Yeah. He put out the documentary, and he said we were smuggling so much gold out of the country, and that the president was in his pocket, or whatever it is. The president at the time was in his pocket. Whose boss was, whose deputy was Dr. Bawumia, right? We had cause to write. The government came to deny that nothing of the sort was happening. I'm coming. We had cause from here. I'm coming. We had cause from here, Mawuena, and I'm wrapping up. We had cause from here to write to Al Jazeera to ask them that our government says that what you have put in the documentary is wrong and that they will sue you. That was what a Korsuman wrote. A lie.
It never happened.
Now Al Jazeera wrote to us.
That amounted to intimidation.
Because we had written to the presidency. Al Jazeera wrote to us. They didn't mind us. Al Jazeera wrote to us and said, what your president is saying is wrong. We dare them. And then they said they will sue Al Jazeera. Bedieto wrote that we give you 14 days or 7 days to withdraw, failing which we will sue you. Are they still suing? They didn't even have the courtesy to write back to us, but Al Jazeera or Brunei respected us. Is that not press freedom? Who passed the Right to Information Act? Then when we come and ask you for information, you say, you should keep quiet.
We'll return to the subject matter. But that's news review. Keiko, Johnnie Hughes, Sixtus Strong Ullo. Akosia J is on standby. She'll do sports for us now. And then after which we'll return with a track load more for you here on the 3FM Sunrise.
Well, it's now time for sports. Good morning. My name is Akosia AJ, and you're still listening to Sunrise. But as I said, it's time for the sports update. A lot has been going on at the University of Ghana Stadium at the ongoing Africa Senior Athletics Championship. We've moved from athletes not getting enough food to now getting more than they even asked for. We've also gotten to a point where the stakeholders are trying to fix a lot of different things. So we begin with updates from day 2 of the ongoing 24th African Senior Athletics Championship at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. The competition continued in exciting fashion on the tracks though, with Nigeria's Tobi Amusan clinching gold in the women's 100 meters hurdle, while Ghanaian sprint duo Rashid Saminu and Joseph Paul Amwa narrowly missed out on podium places in the men's 100 meters final after finishing 6th and 4th. Our colleague Bill Ishen was at the venue and filed this report.
Day 1 gave Ghana hopes of winning a medal, but day 2 killed most of it. In the 100 meters, Edwin Gadai failed to make the final. Abdul Rashid Saminu, Ghana's fastest man, finished 6th in the final, and Joseph Paul Amwa actually finished 4th in the final. There was also some bad news for Ghana in the 100-meter hurdles. For the females, Yvonne Britton didn't make the podium in there as Tobi Amusan dominated to finish first. Also, in the 10,000-meter final, William Amponsa unfortunately did not make the podium as well. And so Ghana have to wait a little while longer to try and win medals in the 24th edition of the Senior African Athletics Championships.
Well, we go back to the University of Ghana Sports Stadium as meanwhile, Team Ghana captain Joseph Paul Amwa expressed disappointment after the race, but assured Ghanaians that the team is determined to bounce back strongly in the men's 4x100 relay events that will be happening today.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. It's very disappointing, but I'm sure the coming days they're gonna try to fix stuff. Yeah, relays tomorrow. We're gonna miss Ben, but we're hoping to let whatever team that we put together be a good one. Yeah, sure Ghanaians that we'll get to the finals and make sure that we get a medal. Yeah, we want gold. I'm sure the other guys also want gold, so it's who wants it best. Yeah.
Joseph Paul Amwa, Team Ghana's captain at the ongoing Africa Senior Athletics Championship. Now, away from athletics, the BB United FC have made history by securing promotion to the Ghana Premier League for the very first time, following a convincing 3-1 victory over Tamale City in the Zone 1 playoff final that happened yesterday at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Victory Boys, guided by coach Isaac Niyama, raced into a commanding first half lead before sealing a memorable victory to book their place in Ghana's top flight. Coach Ama says the club hopes to emulate the achievements of Regina Stars, who won the league shortly after gaining promotion into the Ghana Premier League.
If possible, we are going to win the league. If possible, we are going to win the league. Next season, the Ghana League. Is it possible? We want to repeat the history of Ghana. We want to become the second team to win the league immediately after our promotion to the Ghana League.
You think you have what it takes to
We have more than that. These players are premier players, not division one. Let's add few materials there, then we are good to go.
You had newly promoted the BB coach Isaac Niyama. Let's now turn our attention to national football, where the Black Starlets are preparing for a long-awaited return to the U17 African Cup of Nations after a 9-year absence. Ghana last competed in the tournament in 2017 in Gabon, where the team finished runners-up. Drawn in a difficult Group D alongside Algeria, Senegal, and South Africa, the Black Starlets will need strong performances to progress to the knockout stage. Head coach Prosper Nate Ogum and his technical team have intensified preparations ahead of the tournament. We hear from coach Prosper Nate Ogum.
It's been fantastic. I mean, the intensity of the training, the enthusiasm within the training was so obvious that it gives so much indication to the fact that we are ready for the tournament. It was good. Their movement with and without the ball were very good, and I think it's a good motivation to us as a technical staff.
You heard Black Starlets coach Dr. Prosper Nate Ogumba. Still, on the U17 AFCON, former Ghana midfielder Lai Kenson enjoyed a winning start with Uganda's U17 side after guiding the team to a dominant 3-0 victory over DR Congo in Group B at the Prince Moulay Stadium in Morocco, away from the U17 tournament. General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, Prosper Harrison Addo, has weighed in on the debate surrounding opportunities for local players in Ghana's national team setup ahead of the World Cup, following the inclusion of 6 locally based players in Ghana's recent squad to face Mexico. Prosper Harrison Addo stressed that the Black Stars remain open to every player who performs regardless of where they play.
Well, when it comes to the national team, it is open to every Ghanaian, irrespective of where you are playing. And so, like I said earlier, we'll leave that to the technical brains to select the best of Ghanaians to represent the nation at the World Cup. Indeed, every country is bringing their best, and so it's only right that we bring our best. If it so happens that some of these best players are from a local league, we will be very, very much excited to have our local domestic based players also featuring in the league.
General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, Prosper Harrison Addo, is still on the World Cup countdown with just 28 days to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. 3 Sports is the treat to find out what multinational fans expect from their countries ahead of the tournament.
Chances. I mean, it's an incredible team. I don't know how anyone is going to beat them. They have such a deep bench, such experience. I mean, it's a joy to watch them play, so I'm excited to watch every game. I think it might affect the Spanish team with Lamal not being ready for the first match, but with such experience, with such history, I think he'll come back even stronger later in the group stage, or surely when they make it out of the group into quarterfinals, semifinals, round of 16, all of those games. Ooh, United States in the World Cup, that's kind of a wild card. I mean, as an American, obviously I hope they do well, but it's hit or miss for me. They could go into quarterfinals, semifinals, round of 16, or you never know. Sometimes injuries and, you know, the pressure can get to the team as well. So it's kind of a wild card, but definitely not a team to write off. They can beat good teams. For me, the Ghanaian team has such a rich history and big competitions. Firepower, energy, passion. I love to watch the Ghanaian team. There's a lot of history with the American and Ghanaian rivalries over the years too, and it's always an amazing game to watch.
If you've watched the German team, like they've been performing okay, and like in the past Euros, you see that they could also win some games, but it was very narrow. Then the first strong opponent with Spain, they got knocked out, and it's not the same Germany anymore. So like they're lucky if they make out the group stage, but with the group they have, I think they can. But then I think in the quarters, in the quarters it's probably going to be over.
I'm very confident. If you look at the group stage, like with all due respect, but we have kind of easy, approachable rivals, so we should easily get to the next round, and from there we have to see how the draw goes. But at least I think that the rivals should be afraid of Spain more than Spain of the rivals.
To some more stories, and the Democracy Youth Cup 2026 also produced another exciting round of action on Wednesday at the La Magdan AstroTurf Town Park, as the group stage concluded with goals, dominant displays and dramatic results determining the semi-finalists. JP Academy, Atram Devise, Charity Stars and Starry Third World have all secured places in the semi-final. Former Sunderland player Gary Bennett, who is serving as a scout at the tournament, praised the quality of talent on display.
Yeah, Ghanaian football, as we all know, especially in Africa, Ghanaians, very talented players. And what we're trying to do is to showcase, but also give them that platform where they might be able to develop and go on and hopefully seek a future in football.
Gary Bennett, former Sunderland player. Let's now head over to Europe, where Manchester City eased past Crystal Palace 3-0 to move within 2 points of Premier League leaders Arsenal, with 2 matches remaining in their title race. Goals from Antoine Semenyo, Umama, Mouche and Savino sealed the win for City at the Etihad Stadium. Despite the pressure, Arsenal remain favourites to lift their first Premier League title since 2004. Elsewhere in France, Paris Saint-Germain secured a 5th consecutive Ligue 1 title after a 2-0 victory over Lens gave them an unassailable lead at the top of the table. The triumph marks PSG's 14th French league title overall and further extends their dominance under the Qatari ownership.
In the World Cup final, even the shirt you wear can't tell a story. In 1958, Brazil made history, becoming the first team to win a World Cup final in their second choice kit, wearing blue against Sweden. England followed in 1966, lifting the trophy in red, not their traditional white. But for decades after, second choice shirts brought heartbreak. Argentina in 1986, Argentina again in 1990, and France in 2006 all lost wearing alternate colors. Then came 2010. Spain in dark blue broke the trend, becoming the first team in 44 years to win a final in their away kit. Since then, champions have stuck to tradition. Germany, France and Argentina all winning in their first choice colors. So, in 2026, will history favor tradition, or will an away shirt rise again?
And so that's it for the sports on Sunrise. My name is Akusia AJ. Thanks for listening.
Yourself from germs and bacteria with confidence. Cleanse hand soap effectively kills 99.9% of germs with every use. Perfect for all your hand washing moments throughout the day. Available in a variety of variants and delightful flavors. Choose Cleanse for yourself, your family and friends. Make Cleanse your daily essential. The GC brand. It's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
Let's clean soap, clean.
Ghana, get ready for the Ultimate Athletics Showdown, the 24th Senior African Athletics Championship. Witness world champions across the continent compete in thrilling track and field events like Kenya's Beatrice Chebet and Faith Kepiengo, Nigeria's Toby Amusa, Botswana's Colin Kebenachipi, Liberia's Joseph Fambile, South Africa's Akani Simbini, Zambia's Muzala Somokunga, and our very own Benjamin Azamati and Saminu Abdul Rashid. Don't miss the excitement from the 12th to the 17th of May 2026 at the University of Ghana Sports Complex, Legon. Senior Africa Athletics Championship. Feel the heat. Champions within Africa. This championship is powered by the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, the Confederation of African Athletics, and the Ghana Athletics.
Come, let's go to the market. We have to buy everything for you before you go to SHS.
Mommy, please, all that stress, going around the market and carrying heavy things. Oh, my friends will see me sweating like this. They have already registered for their EduPack. I don't want to be left out.
Registered for EduPack?
Yes, EduPack, a Ghana Education Service approved and supported initiative for all first years going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All the trunk, mattress, pillow, and plastic chop box are already waiting for your child at school.
Daddy, so what do we do?
We shall register you by dialing *713*821#, following the prompts. Or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES. EduPack.
3FM Sunrise, 3FM Morning Show, 3FM 92.7, 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio, 3FM Sunrise, 3FM
3FM Sunrise.
Sunrise on 3FM.
Girl, me love how your bumper shape.
3FM Sunrise.
But what about the other girl?
Ooh, she a bumper cake. I me no want no taxi girl. No. And every man feel it.
Hey, kill me, yes, you know.
Me have a plan, ready to make you the only one. Make you know the bad dog go be the only man. Me a the king, you feel be queen in a me land. Down in a me nation, I go make you citizen. Yeah. Come make we make a decision. Run where your man, cause you know they get along. Yeah, hey, give me your hand, make me put it on. Make a band, mark it on your body till you see the baby born. Yo, make I tell you, girl, you are something fresh. When me check it out, your type never there. Woman, your body smooth and it coming like a mesh. Me well want to taste, cause you sweet like a liver. I'm not gonna leave you behind, always in front of me. Cause I've been running all around, searching for that perfect one. Don't know you what I'm looking for.
3FM Sunrise.
I've been running all around, searching for that perfect one. Don't know you what I'm looking for. I'm done, woman, I no go continue. We are the look for, we are the make you know. Brand new
Sunrise on 3FM.
Kwani, I no papi show. Done, woman, I no go continue. We are the look for, we are the make you know. Brand new love, and they give on to you. You know, it only I go marry you for sure. Me love to heat up your body, yes, that a me hobby. If me then you wait, Jaja bless, no pay no mind to copy. I go meet up your mommy, if only you they want me. I never go to play, you go be my one and only. Wow. Me have a many, but I just one girl. That in way you they do me, hey, I just can't tell. Make you know they show they do, and they like I'm well. The only reason why I show can't tell. So make you know they watch no man at all. If you be body where you want, make take and tall. So make a climb the China wall. Girl, I go feel rich it all. I've been running all around, searching for that perfect one. Don't know you what I'm looking for. I've been running all around, searching for that perfect one. Don't know you what I'm looking for. Me have a plan, ready to make you the only one. Make you know the bad dog go be the only man. Me a the king, you feel be queen in a me land. Down in a me nation, I go make you citizen. Yeah. Come make we make a decision. Run where your man, cause you know they get along. Yeah, hey, give me your hand, make me put it on. Make a band, mark it on your body till you see the baby born. Make I tell you, girl, you are something fresh.
And if you check your time, it's 14 minutes after 8 here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. It's Urban Lifestyle Radio Station. My name is Johnnie Hughes. Hanging out with Eric Mawuena, Egbeta, DJ Phil, and the rest of the team. We're talking some more about the arrest of the Member of Parliament in the Amsterdam. But right now, let me tell you about the 24th African Athletes Championships happening in Accra right now. And you should be ready to join in and also be part of society and also history. Get set for Africa's biggest athletic spectacle, the 24th Senior African Athletics Championships, which is happening now in Accra. It will end on the 17th of May. The arena is the University of Ghana Sports Complex, Legon. That's the battleground where Africa's finest champions go head to head. The thrilling track and field competition. A few hiccups here and there, but hey, you have to turn up to watch global stars like Beatrice Chibet, Toby Amusan, Muzala, Samukonga, Akani Simbene, alongside Ghana's own spirited sprint stars Benjamin Azamati, Abdul Rashid Saminu. And the gates are free, so you just walk in, find a cold drink or a chilled something, some liquid motivation, and be out there and experience the speed, the power, the pride. This is Africa competing at its highest level. The 24th Senior African Athletics Championships feel the heat of champions within Africa. Empowered by the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, the Confederation of African Athletics, and the Ghana Athletics Association. Be there, feel it, and live it. Witness history. Feel the heat.
Everybody want feel one man killer, one man healer. They want to carry go, some of them want steal. After the money come, enemy come.
Malta Guinness says we move.
He call me.
Did you know that Malta Guinness is brewed from real barley and sorghum? Well, if you didn't know, now you know. And it's the sorghum that's grown right here in Ghana. Yes, Ghana, Ghana. We grow that here. Malta Guinness is not just a soft drink, but a quality refreshment meant to boost your vitamin B needs. Charge forward for you towards your goals with each sip of its nourishing natural goodness. Now selling at a cool 12 Ghana cedis only. Firm up your daily pursuits with the revitalizing taste of Malta Guinness, packed with B vitamins.
Self on your movement, them a pray for your early retirement. Them a hide and seek in your garment. No matter what.
Well, it's time to make that move. It's time for a cold Malta Guinness. And remember to always look out for that proudly made in Ghana symbol on every bottle or can. Malta Guinness, Malta Guinness, we move. Here's the reason you have to choose Malta Guinness made in Ghana. As against those imported ones from Nigeria. It means that you're protecting local businesses, you're creating and saving local businesses. You're creating and supporting Ghanaian industry, boosting economic growth, showing national pride. You're able to contact the production source when the need arises. Malta Guinness is made in Ghana by Ghanaians for Ghanaians. Malta Guinness is also lower in sugar and is brewed for the Ghanaian taste buds. Malta Guinness and some hot bull fruit pie. Oh my god. Oh my god. It comes in a sleek JJ can with the proudly made in Ghana symbol on the back of that can. It also has the premium badge on the label. So go out today, get your Malta Guinness, and make sure that you are chilling in grand style. If you are coming to Prom Prom, and your best point is to join the good people at the First HR Hotel. They focus on three things: peace, people, and quality. It's a serene escape with legendary service and world-class comfort. And not just a hotel, your home for tranquility. Please go 050-335-9598, 050-335-9598, or 0303-3989-737. That's 0303-989737. You can also book the First HR Heights because they don't just provide a room, they provide a space that you can reset, and the guests tell us that each time they've walked in there, they feel an immediate sense of peace. The moment they walk in there, there's tranquility and that assurance that just makes their tensions melt away. If you're looking for a sanctuary where the staff genuinely respects your peace and treats you like family, they are your only and first choice. Located in town, just about 25 minutes drive away from the business city center and coming back into the city center. So please pick up the magic number 056 06 0665. That's 056 060665 or 0256 070666. That's 0256 070666, and you'll be sorted out nice and easy.
I would never dig me down. Nowhere, only he can do. Say I am a seed, yeah. I would never dig me down. Tough, them having no I'm on a tough, them having no I'm on a tough, them having no I'm on a.
And for all you good people, you know that Ghana is winning at the 24th African Athletics Championships happening in Accra, and you have to be there to give them the moral support. It's Africa's biggest spectacle, athletic spectacle, the 24th African Athletics Championship, the Senior Athletics Championships. Live in Accra, started on the 12th, is ending on the 17th of May at the University of Ghana Sports Complex. It's free of charge, free entry. That's the battleground where Africa's finest champions are battling it out in a thrilling track and field competition. Beatrice Chebet is there, Joseph Fambula is there, Tommy Amusan is there, Muzala Samukonga is there, our very own Benjamin Azamati, Abdul Rashid, Saminu are also there. You don't have to be told about the speed, the power, the pride of Africa. You have to come and witness it, see it with your very own eyes, and tell your children and grandchildren about it later. This is Africa competing at its highest levels. The 24th Senior African Athletics Championships. There's a heat. We want you to feel that heat. With all the champions in Africa brought together on one platform, inspired by the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, Confederation of African Athletics, and the Ghana Athletics. And be there, feel it live, witness history, feel the heat, and tell it to the world. We'll take a quick break. When we return from this break, I'm sure that there's a conversation that you've been itching to hear about the Member of Parliament for Asante Achem North, who has since been arrested in Amsterdam, I should say, and has been kept in custody. What is his exact offense? We'll find out and share that with you in a bit. But we'll be engaging with the Majority Chief Whip, Nelson Eche Kwame Dafiamakbo, and we will be in that conversation with him because we understand that he has some deep-throated information which will guide the conversation, information which will dispel some of those things that are being said. You know, when these things happen, there's a lot of ake. We don't want you to go into society and into your communities with ake. We want you to be well informed. So after this break, there's more here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
Greetings in the name of His Majesty Emperor I Selassie I.
King Bruce and the Black Beats Band. Interesting, isn't it? Well, Ohene Kwame Frimpong, Member of Parliament for Asante North, as we know, has been detained out there in Amsterdam, Schiphol, Amsterdam, and has been arrested. Well, we'll get into the details because we're working the phone lines now to speak with the majority chief whip. We understand that there's some $32 million for alleged fraud value under investigation for which he has been picked up in that plane. Kekujo is in studio with me. I'm Eric Mawuena Egbeta. Let's look at the timeline of the events. Abankaba. Do you know Abankaba, Mawuena?
Handcuffs.
Yes.
Handcuffs.
Abankaba. Yeah. Abankaba. So what is the timeline of the events? Let's take a look at it, Mawuena.
Before this even, there were videos of him sharing a few goodies to his constituents.
Mother's
as well,
Day
as part
from
of
last
Mother's
year.
Day, and all of that. And he subsequently departed the country Sunday evening. We understand he was headed to London.
Right.
It was aboard a KLM flight which had to do a stop in Amsterdam. That stop was on Sunday morning, the 10th, just a little mistake with the dates there. He arrived, and that is where the extra detail in that story is what is not captured in what is on here for a lot of the people to see. And that's what we've described as out of a movie scene where he was plucked out of the plane as though he were fruit and subsequently has not been
Sunrise
heard
on
of
3
much
FM,
from, but he's
the
been in
best in the
interaction. We understand
morning.
there's a lawyer that's been procured for him as well, who is helping him through the process. But in arriving in Amsterdam, the Schiphol airport, the plane in which he was on had come to a stop, and so the passengers were supposed to get off board, right, disembark, and there was a delay. A very unusual delay, which a number of the papers have actually also been able to capture, which we got wind of yesterday and were able to share with viewers on TV. A very unusual delay which resulted in a bit of apprehensiveness on the part of the crew and then also persons on board, because we've arrived and by now they should be bringing on the stuff for us to get
should be disembarking and getting onto the shuttle and coming to the...
While that delayed for a while, officials subsequently got on board and he was handpicked. And in fact, one of the persons who was on board who described the scene says it was in a Rambo style and it caused a bit of embarrassment to the nation state Ghana. Which is the primary concern for this individual.
So he started off this journey on Saturday evening, May 9. He departed Ghana, arrived on Sunday, Amsterdam, where this Rambo-style situation you're describing happened. And then Parliament the day after issued a statement. What was the detail of the statement by Parliament of the Republic of Ghana?
The statement from Parliament only suggested that he had been detained. They are working with the mission at The Hague to get a bit more in terms of details and see to what is happening, because Parliament was silent on the reasons for his detention and what was happening to him. In fact, that statement suggested they were seeking to find him because we didn't know where he was. But subsequent conversations suggest otherwise and suggest that we are now beginning to make headway because a lawyer is attending to his needs in terms of the processes he's going through and all of that.
In fact, the clerk of Parliament, Mr. Jethro, he says Parliament takes no... Okay, maybe you want to help us with this one. What did the clerk of Parliament say?
So, Parliament takes notice of reported detention of Asante Achim North MP, Kwame Ohene Frimpong, in Amsterdam. Speaker and leadership in touch with Ghana's mission for details.
Now, what we know about the Honorable Kwame Ohene Frimpong, who's the Member of Parliament for Asante North, I mean, for many of you who may not know him, he's the Member of Parliament for that constituency. He hails from Agogo in the Ashanti region, represents the constituency as an independent member of parliament. He was able to defeat the Honorable Apia Kubi in that election. He went on an independent ticket but decided to caucus with the majority side in parliament. We also know that on the 13th of May 2026, the reports of the link his arrest to an FBI investigation, alleged financial crimes. No formal charges, as we know, have been preferred against him or have been confirmed as we speak now. Now, what protects MPs? The law that protects MPs. We ask what exactly it is. And we'll be looking critically at Article 115 of the Constitution, freedom of speech, and then we'll also be looking at the private trip, not a parliamentary trip, what happens in a private trip, and what happens in a parliamentary trip. What we know is that per Article 115 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, MPs cannot be sued or prosecuted for what they say in parliamentary debate. We know that for a fact. So they have parliamentary immunity. We also know that if a member of parliament is on his way to work or he's on his way from work, is doing parliamentary work, he cannot be arrested. But again, whether or not he did a private trip or a parliamentary duty trip is the other question. The immunity in this particular instance only covers travel to and from or during parliamentary proceedings. Frimpong was on a personal journey, as we know. He was on a personal journey when he was picked up in Amsterdam. So that immunity, if you look critically at Article 115 of the 1992 Constitution, he may not qualify for that. We'll explore that further. And then we'll look at Article 116, Mawuena. What's contained in Article 116 relative to parliamentary immunity? We know that he was on a personal journey.
Yes, so this was a personal journey.
So that back and forth from Parliament where 115 will protect you is missing here.
So the 115 is on speeches.
Right.
Then 116 is on acts in Parliament, so actions done and all of that.
Right.
There's a bit of immunity which is enjoyed there. Then
in fact, this is 117.
117 is on law enforcement agencies and service and what have you. And it comes back to the point that all of these immunities we talk about for our legislators is within the four walls of the country. And the moment you step out, it doesn't or it will not apply. But for instances where we can talk about a bit more in terms of education as to holders of diplomatic passports and persons who are on mission, what I know from at least a little that we understand is that those persons more often than not are afforded certain courtesies. The question which needs answering is whether or not the courtesies will be overridden by a court warrant seeking the arrest.
Right.
Because that is what we understand was the operational ticket upon which he was picked up. A warrant of arrest from a U.S. court.
That's right. So there was legal basis for his arrest and detention. It was not, per the whims and caprices of anybody. Now let's look at the other slides on this particular matter because the plot is thickening. Again, let's look at Article 117 of the 1992 Constitution, where immunity from arrest is key. That no civil or criminal processes may be executed while MPs are on travels to or attend or return to Parliament. That has been established already. Now, why does this not protect Mr. Frimpong here, as it were? Well, Speaker Bagbin has said so himself that no member can act as though the confidence of the electorate is a shield against scrutiny. This was Speaker Bagbin in 2025, that no member can act as though the confidence of the electorate is a shield against scrutiny. And there have been reports of members of parliament or people who are purported to have done wrong in society being in a hurry to get into the House of Parliament just so they are insulated from any form of punitive measures. And the Speaker in May 2025 had cause to raise these questions that, well, it is not a shield anyway. Okay, now let's look at Article 118 and 119. What does it say?
If you Look at the 118. It says MPs cannot be compelled as court witness or juror while attending Parliament.
Right. So that's immunity again. So number one, they cannot be arrested when going to do parliamentary work or returning from parliamentary work. Number two, they are not supposed to be compelled to serve as witnesses or jurors in attending parliamentary.
While attending
Parliament. And then whatever they say on the floor of Parliament is also insulated from any form of actionable cause. Now, why does it not protect Frimpong here? And we're speaking to 118 to 119 of the 1992 Constitution. Well, we know that Ghana's Constitution grants absolute civil or criminal immunity to the sitting president only. To the sitting president only. And any other person, they may have a narrow qualification of a sort. Let's get on to Zoom now and speak with the Honorable Nelson Roxon Eche Kwame Dafiamakpa, who is the Majority Chief Whip. He is also the Member of Parliament for South Danyi, the good people of South Danyi. Honorable, thank you very much and good morning.
Good morning. After abandoning me for months, it's okay.
I am blameless. I am blameless. God knows I am blameless. I'm blameless. How are you doing these days, sir? I'm greater than Accra. How are you doing too, sir?
Rather, well, we are, by grace of God, we are well, we are fit. There's so much work to be done, but we are okay.
The arrest of the Member of Parliament for Asante Achim North, what do you know?
Yes. Well, by virtue of my position, been handling this matter with my boss, that's the Honorable Ayariga, since Sunday morning when he broke. I was actually called around 5 or 5:30 in the morning, Sunday morning. And so that's how far we've come. He himself, when the matter broke and I eventually got him on the line, he was in transit to Accra at Heathrow in London. So he had to travel to Heathrow, Schiphol, to go and engage our colleague who had then been detained. And so he was waiting for like 2 or 3 hours. And by that time, we had also gotten in touch with the Ghana's ambassador to The Hague, Ambassador Edison, the protocol officer of that mission, the Minister of Foreign Affairs himself, and the Deputy, the Attorney General, and the Minister for the Interior, and then the Clerk to Parliament and Speaker. So this is how we've coordinated the matters thus far. But it's okay. I just got in touch with the lawyer. We've gotten a lawyer for him, a Ghanaian-based,
right?
A Ghanaian-based in Amsterdam who practices in The Hague.
Right.
It's a lawyer. He's the one we got. It's called Joe Apia.
In the morning.
So he's the one dealing with the legal issues to see what we can do, especially because even though it's a private trip, he's traveling on his diplomatic passport. So there are implications in terms of the room statute and all that. So those are the options we are looking at.
The immunity that you talk about, in this particular instance, he was on a private journey, not on a parliamentary journey, but nevertheless, he had a diplomatic passport with him. Let's look at the immunity parameters. Could the situation have been any different?
You see, I don't think so, but there are remedies when that happens. So when that happens, if you are on a diplomatic passport or you are a diplomat, quadriplomat, then certain processes can be triggered. That's what I mean. But to say that if you were on an official trip, this couldn't have happened, I doubt. Because let me give you some examples. even a sitting president of a sovereign nation, President Pinochet, any lawyer of some repute, or any lawyer who has done deep reading international law and conflict of laws, knows that these are classical examples. A sitting president of a sovereign state, he came to London on an official trip. He was arrested and detained to be extradited to the US. He had to fight it through the courts, all the way to the House of Lords. There are a series of them: Pinochet 1, Pinochet 2, Pinochet 3.
Right.
Julian Assange, if you know, he was arrested. He sought asylum in another mission. It took years for that matter to be resolved. So, as for the US, when they issue these arrest warrants and it is remitted to Interpol will carry it out. And then other processes are triggered later. So I doubt that if this were any other way, this could have been prevented, so to speak. But he's well. He's not been harmed. He's well. The lawyers are working frantically to see what can be done in terms of the remedy. And I can also say that as a result, the Attorney General is also being called upon to do an opinion on his status by virtue of being traveling on the diplomatic passport as to what the implications are. So when that too is ready, I believe that we'll know our way forward. But it's an opinion that will be furnished to Parliament as well as to the lawyers at The Hague, and also to the prosecutors who are handling the matter.
What is he said to have done?
Well, to be candid, because we all need to be candid, there is no official disclosure of the reasons. What I discovered this morning from engaging the lawyers is that even the warrant, it's such a fresh warrant. It was because we didn't get to see even the warrant until the lawyers are just informing me that they've seen the warrant, and that the warrant was issued on 26th of April.
I see.
So 26th, so it's such a fresh warrant. So even as a sovereign nation, I doubt if we have been informed in any way. So, so this is why I took issue with lawyer Amanda Clinton, when she went to town and tried to bastardize our security services and all that. Because when you verify the facts, you will see that this is a fresh matter. Our securities have not even been notified, let alone blame them or bastardize them that they have not been notified because nobody trusts them. A warrant issued on 26th of April. Today is just about the 14th of May, so it's just about 3 weeks old. And for a warrant to be issued and related to Interpol, for them to even execute it within 3 weeks, it said something, but these are the hard facts. So we are here to get the reasons underpinning the issuance of the warrant. So I want to urge everybody, especially his constituents, everybody should become party executives, our colleagues in Parliament, the general public, everybody should become. When we get the official reasons, we can all discuss it. But until then, those things that are thrown about in social media should be discarded for now.
Does this member of Parliament have a twin? You are a twin. Does he have a twin that you know of?
As a matter of record, no. But he has hinted me. And so apparently they have their relationship is estranged. So we've asked some family members to see if he can be traced. I don't know that for a fact until he himself mentioned it. So it's something that must be verified if indeed he has a twin.
You know, recently,
and if he did, he
right?
has a twin. If he did, he has a twin.
Right.
Whether they are identical, because me and my twin, we are not identical. But when you see us, you see we are fraternal, but we are like brothers. You know, some brothers they look so alike.
That's right.
Myself and my twin, we look so alike like brothers, but we are not identical as to features. So you need to ascertain that. Then you also need to ascertain what he's doing, because these things they can feed into some of and create some of these problems for your alter ego.
Now, there are two Ghanaians who have been arrested in the United States, Abubakar brothers, Arrangement and Lancaster, and there seemed to be some linkage that is being created to suggest that he must have been in league with them, defrauding people here and there, and a couple of others, K-Boat, who now has been repatriated to the United States, and all of that. Did you have a conversation with him regarding those matters? And if you did, what did you learn, sir?
No, today is Thursday.
That's right. Today is
right?
Thursday.
Today is Thursday.
Yeah.
The last time we communicated was on Tuesday. When we did a conference call with the lawyers, other officers, from other people from his constituency, and he himself. But yesterday, I only engaged the lawyers, and this morning too, I only engaged the lawyers. Now we've had, in fact, I didn't until this matter. I had no idea what's been happening. You know, that the names that you've thrown about, that they've been arrested. I don't even know who they are. To be honest with you, I am now picking some things from TikTok and all that, and getting to know that these are like influencers or boys who are social media people. So I had no idea such arrests have been effected. So I didn't know, I didn't ask him, because that matter hadn't come to my attention since.
Right.
At the time on Tuesday. It came to our attention actually yesterday.
Okay.
So if I get opportunity to engage him again, then I'll put it to him whether he knows them, and if indeed he knows them, whether they have done anything together in the past or now to be a basis for what is happening. Because it's always good to draw linkages when things like this happen. You piece the pieces together to maybe arrive at a certain conclusion. So, but until then, I'm unable to speak to any linkages. I think they are independent occurrences. Because for a warrant to be issued on 26th of April, it means it's such a this sort of warrants normally last so long, but the evidence is that it's such a fresh warrant. So if the warrant is so fresh, then we need to know. And I also asked him, since becoming an MP, whether he's done anything so untoward to attract the attention of the American government this way. He said no. That one I asked him. And I asked him in his previous life before coming to Parliament. There too, he said no. He hadn't done anything like that to attract or to even be cautioned. So we'll see how it goes.
Is it looking good for him? You are a private legal practitioner, a very experienced one indeed. You've been speaking to his lawyers. Does it look good?
You know, extradition is always difficult to fight as a lawyer. If for the sake of the records, in 2011 or 12, I did one in Ghana when the then Ivorian, one of the key Ivorian opposition leaders, was arrested in Ghana and was to be extradited to Ivory Coast. Blake Guje.
Right, Blake Guje. Yes, Blake Guje.
Yes. I was his lawyer.
Oh, I see.
I was his lawyer 13, 14 years ago. And we went with far processes. It wasn't a joke.
Of course.
Eventually, he got extradited. But you see, because when two state powers have conspired against you, it's difficult. But we did what we could do as lawyers, filed the processes, even got the court orders. But he was taken away. So the lawyers that we have found for him are doing their best. What I see happening is that there's no rush on the part of the prosecutor, the appointed prosecutor in The Hague. He's also trying to go through the motions. So once we don't see that kind of rush, we think that some judicial remedy may be available for us to trigger.
Some elements within the MPP are suggesting that this could be another Eric Amoateng situation. If we go back to 2005, the MPP's Eric Amoateng was picked up in the United States over some heroin conversations. He was jailed, subsequently released, I think, in 2014 or so. His seat was declared vacant, the by-election happened. And they say this is a deja vu, a repeat of what happened back in the day. What do you say to that, sir?
It will be a tragedy for anybody to gloat over the distress that the honorable member for Asante Achim North is in now. However, the level of enmity, political enmity is, it will be a tragedy for any politician or member of parliament on the side of the MPP to gloat over this and call it a payback time. Now, the two scenarios are different. There's an allegation unproven, nothing established yet. In the case of Amoateng, evidence have been gathered, properly done, surveillance laid. So if they want to be in a hurry to make the comparison, that is their cup of tea. But on me as his chief whip, because he's a member of my caucus, remember.
Right.
All this came to my plate because I am his chief whip. So I was the first person he called me like 10 times. And the colleagues that he was traveling with, they also called me like 10 times. So since Sunday morning, it's been calls, coordination. So I am urging calm and some restraints in dealing with this matter. People want to fabricate, but it may not turn out to be the fact. So you would have tarnished or defamed somebody. And let me again, for the avoidance of doubt, this process, presidents have suffered it. Presidents, sovereign leaders, they have suffered it. They have suffered this humiliation. So it can befall anybody. By the time it's, it was a mistake. It was an error. What do you say? So I'm urging calm. We see it's a developing story. That is why even Parliament, when we were communicating the fact of his detention,
right,
we urged calm and said it was an unfolding story. When we get the true picture, we'll let the public know. And I think that is where we should all leave it, because nobody will wish him this, and nobody will wish any person this. Even if it's Ghana, I don't think I want to wish any young Ghanaian to be arrested home, let alone to be arrested and extradited. No, it's not a pleasant. If you are a lawyer and practice in that area, it's not a pleasant experience.
How does this leave the image of your side in Parliament in the eyes of the public? What have you been looking at from where you sit as leadership?
Yes, leadership as a responsibility. We have always had orientation for the members, especially for the entire members of Parliament. Parliament has that responsibility. We offer orientation. We caution members to watch their activities, because by virtue of having become a member of Parliament, you are the searchlight is on you, so to speak. So there's a code of conduct for MPs. Everybody is guided to operate within. And then as a caucus, we ever often we remind members to be careful of the things they do and the companies they keep. You see, sometimes it may not even be your direct action, but it may be an associate of yours who may go and do something untoward and you may be affected. So ever often we apprise and avert their minds to some of these implications. Not even abroad, but home here. So as a caucus, we feel disappointed, we feel down, but even as Parliament, as an institution or organ of state, we feel that this brings an unnecessary and avoidable attention to us. But it's a bad patch that we hit. We believe that we'll go through with some dignity and come out looking well.
Council, I want to thank you very much indeed for your time this morning. We're grateful.
It's my pleasure, my brother.
And that's Roxy Nelson Eche Kwame Tapiamako. He is the Member of Parliament for the South Danyi constituency in the Volta region. Is also the Majority Chief Whip, giving us some insider information regarding the arrest and detention of the Member of Parliament for the Asante Achim North constituency in the Ashanti region in the Republic of Ghana. Mawuena, we know the majority side clearly is worried about the turn of events. Unfortunate as it is, but he says, look, we're worried about it.
Everybody will be worried because there's an image factor as to this. We know the provisions of law which suggest that innocent until proven guilty and what have you, but it doesn't take away from the fact that once this gets out in the media and the conversations start, it immediately takes a negative twist, whether or not it is intentional or it be deliberate. Once you are arrested in the stature in which you are a member of Parliament outside of the jurisdiction, Rambo style, and the rumor mills will just not stop, then it begins to become a subject matter of concern. And so, right in the step that is worried, there's a lawyer who's been procured for him, who is seeing to it. He hasn't spoken to him since Sunday. The only person outside of the lawyer who's seen him again, we understand, is the majority leader. From his narration, it doesn't appear our mission or the ambassador has been able to connect with him.
I think it's early days yet. Let's get on the phone line now. Speak with Samuel Bing. He's the executive director of the Parliamentary Network Africa, and joining us now on the phone line. Not Samuel Bing.
The big conversation on 3FM Sunrise. The big conversation on 3FM Sunrise. The big conversation on 3FM Sunrise.
And you're still live on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. It's your back breakfast show that you can find anywhere in the world. Well, Serena Pamela Natongma is an international law lecturer at the GIMPA. She's joining us on the phone line now. Council, good morning. Thank you very much indeed for spending your morning with us.
Good morning, and good morning to your listeners as well.
Great. We're happy to have you. I'm sure you've been following the conversations around the arrest of the Member of Parliament for Asante Achim North. We want to talk about diplomatic immunity relative to this arrest. What should we know? Shouldn't his immunity have covered him as of the time when the arrest was effected using a warrant?
So first of all, the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana gives MPs or provides MPs with immunities while they are on their way to Parliament, attending parliamentary duties, or anything with regard to parliamentary work while in Ghana. However, when it comes to international law, the protected persons under international law who have immunity or diplomatic immunity, the category is very clear. It is heads of states, heads of governments, accredited persons, diplomats, and incumbent ministers of foreign affairs. So any person outside that category may not automatically enjoy diplomatic immunity. However, I've also heard arguments, relating to his diplomatic passport.
That's right.
That alone is not enough to give him the needed or required immunity under international law, unless it can be affirmed that he's a part of a delegation going on government business, he's attending to official businesses. Then, in that capacity, the certain considerations can be made. But wielding or holding a diplomatic passport alone, per se, is not enough to cover an unprotected person under international law. It doesn't close you with automatic immunity under international law.
Does any form of immunity answer the conundrum of alleged criminality? You tell us, counsel.
I beg your pardon?
Does any form of immunity, holding a diplomatic status, for example, does it insulate anybody from being arrested outside the shores of Ghana because they hold that kind of diplomatic arrangement?
Okay, there are two ways of looking at it. First of all, when it comes to national courts, for example, then the immunity of a protected person under the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations is absolute, because under that convention, like the protected persons I mentioned, they have absolute immunity. And we can even reference a case like the arrest warrant case between Congo and Belgium, where an incumbent minister was arrested while on his way to do government work. He was a sitting foreign minister. And there, the court, the ICJ, held that you cannot arrest a person in that of that nature because of the office he holds.
Right.
The understanding is that persons who are listed as protected, they need to perform their functions in a very seamless way. They need to move about, without any restrictions or glitches. That is why the law gives them that protection. So before national courts, that immunity is absolute. However, before an international court, for example, like the ICC or the International Criminal Court, that immunity is not absolute, because the establishing instrument of that court explicitly states that it is no respecter of immunity. That is why we had sitting presidents like Jean-Jacques Bemba, Laurent Gbagbo, Charles Taylor being subjected to the jurisdiction of the ICC.
Now, the Majority Chief Whip gives us indication that the warrants that was used for the arrest of this member of parliament was issued sometime in the dying days of the month of April. So he calls it so fresh because it's just about 2-3 weeks old. Guide us through the process of when a warrant of this nature is issued as to the arrest of somebody who holds a diplomatic passport, for example.
So, warrants being issued, there is no period within which we say that, there are no conditions precedent. Once a warrant has been issued, it becomes effective.
So the country of origin of the individuals, for example, shouldn't be informed, or should they be informed?
I beg your pardon. I didn't hear you.
So he's from Ghana. He was arrested in Amsterdam. He holds a diplomatic passport, but a warrant has been issued for his arrest internationally. Should the Republic of Ghana, for example, have been put in the loop so that they know?
Internationally, once a warrant is issued, through diplomatic channels, maybe Ghana may be put on alert. However, it's not a duty or an obligation of the issuing state.
I see.
Do you get me?
I see. Interesting. Now, what options are available to the Member of Parliament now? He's supposed to come back to come and serve the people who elected him. He's been held elsewhere. He still holds his diplomatic passport. It's not been revoked. But then no charges have been preferred against him. What options are available to him?
Okay, first of all, he has, a right under the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. He has a right to consular access. And if the arresting state denies him that right, it's a blatant infraction of the law. And that is another matter. So as we speak, he has a right to consular access where, the consulate must be informed of his arrest, and then any assistance that can be provided can be, taken from there on.
Serena Pamela Natongma, Esquire, international law lecturer, GIMPA, we're grateful that you spent your morning with us.
I'm grateful to have been of assistance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, let's go on to the other phone line. Executive Director of Parliamentary Network Africa, Mr. Sami Obeng, is joining us. Sami, good morning. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thanks for having me, Johnny.
Let's look at Parliament in perspective. This will be the second time a matter of this is happening. The Martin case is still fresh on our minds. It's always a reference point. Now this, we have been told just by the whip, the majority whip in Parliament, that this cannot be equalized or cannot be equated, if you will, to the Martin case. What do you see? What do you know?
Well, Johnny, and what do I know? I'm sure I know as much to the extent that you and your media house and other media outlets have been able to provide to us, your listeners and viewers, of course, mostly through the absence, I must say, of the chief providing some levels of information. I think it is good that Honorable Chief Whip, Mr. Dafama, has been providing information. It helps to clarify certain things. And it's a worrying situation to have a member of parliament representing over 90,000 constituents in the Asante-Akim North area, detained in a foreign land when the issues are still murky, provides an area of concern for all of us. And so I really do think that it's a matter that should concern all of us. However, I completely disagree with any attempt to try and equate it to the Amwatin situation as yet. This is a situation that has been unfolding over the last, let's say, 100 hours, 4 days, and counting. And we cannot, in all fairness, one issue where we do not even know what the real charges are and all of that, be going along those tangents. People deserve the right to be heard. People are innocent until proven guilty. The Amwatin situation is a settled case, a settled matter, with a lot transpired in that. And under no circumstance should we even entertain the conversation of wanting to box them together.
I see. Now, Sami, the image of Parliament at this point in the eyes of the people of Ghana, and you sit on many conference around many conference tables in Africa and the world, and then beyond the continent, the country of Ghana, our image. How does this go to impact it, if not dent it?
Well, it would depend, in my opinion, on how the situation unfolds. Assuming that this, unfolds and we realize that it's an issue of innocence, on the part of the honorable member of parliament, an issue of mistaken identity, whatever. I'm sure that, the facts would help to correct the situation, although the injury done to him and his image and his personality would be difficult to erase. But of course, if it turns out the other way, certainly it would be problematic. And I would urge, especially with where I sit and what I do, as the civil society organization that sits at the nexus between Parliament and getting citizens to understand what happens in Parliament and opportunities to engage. We would rather want the full facts to unfold so that we can be able to speak more specifically to the issue. Because there could be different dimensions to this. There could be the innocence, there could be the guilt, there could be reasons why this is happening, there could be direct implications for the entire parliamentary architecture, the entire resource mobilization issues in Parliament, issues around parliamentary communication when such situations emerge, etc. And I want to really that we wait to have things unfold in a much clearer manner to be able to jump to such conclusions. But I think in the midst of all of this, the Parliament of Ghana owes us, especially the people of Ashanti Kingdom, and of course Ghanaians in general, the need to regularly communicate on this matter so that the rumor space would not rather provide or lead on the information dissemination. The issue happened early Sunday morning. It had to take Parliament, I think, about 48 hours to put something out there on the official page. It's been another 48 hours. What is happening? Of course, I've commended Honorable Robson. I think the true essence of one's work as a chief whip. I mean, if you have a chief whip who is unable to get involved at this deep level when you find yourself in that situation, then the person is not worth its salt. That's really part of the role of a chief whip, and I commend him really for this and for the information and communication. I think that it should also be coordinated with the Parliament of Ghana media relations and communication, infrastructure, so that we can have the information in a way that will not also catch any partisan political fire. Because we're looking at the issues in a way that communicates to 90,000 plus constituents who really are not just looking at things from an NDC or an MPP perspective.
Now, before I let you go, what learnings should we as a country be drawing from this? And by this, I'm not saying that Ohene is guilty or not guilty, but I'm saying that the lessons that we should be learning from this as a people, as a country, as young people, what would you say we should be learning from it?
Well, I am hesitant in jumping also into the learning here because these are a factor of fact, right? But if we can just speak to the fact that we know and learnings that we glean, it may not necessarily, from my perspective, not necessarily be to the young people, etc., but even Parliament and parliamentary institutions and parliamentarians and parliamentary staff generally. First of all, one of the concerns that I had when this matter broke was whether he was traveling on his diplomatic passport or on his...
He was passport. Indeed on his diplomatic passport, but he was on a private journey.
Yes, Chief Whip confirms that it's a diplomatic passport. And I think that from the conversation that we had with the lawyer, changes the dynamic. You can imagine he was traveling on his ordinary passport, which some MPs do, sometimes when they have challenges with their diplomatic passport here and there. So I think there's a catch there, as a learning going forward. One may also ask whether, with Parliament set to resume next week Thursday, barely 2 weeks to the resumption of Parliament. And it was actually in the week that Parliament announced its resumption for a warrant that was issued a few days ago, as has been confirmed by Mr. Dafemeko. Could that have been the reason for the speed, so that Parliament does not resume and then the issue around working, doing parliamentary duty as a basis for stopping the security agencies from getting him? Could that have been the reason why these people chose the path that they chose? Those are all guesses that we could have. A few days before he embarked on a particular trip, he was an official parliamentary committee assignment. I think he serves on the transport committee. We saw some of the assignments that he has posted himself on his social media platform. So while he was on those assignments, obviously there's that parliamentary angle that comes in. Could it be that when immediately he decided to do this private, a trip which has got nothing to do with Parliament and institution or his official constituency duties that gave rise to this. All of these beg for answer and beg for reflection. But on the main substance of the case and what it could teach all of us, I think that when the issues unfold much clearer, we can be able to enter into those dimensions.
My final question to you, Mr. Obin, before I let you go. There is a perception out there that Parliament seems to be growing into an institution that is serving as a haven for persons who are perceived in society to be doing wrong. And there are a couple of names that have come up, for example, issues of corruption and corruption-related activities that are still under investigation with persons mentioned or persons of interest mentioned. And you find them contesting for parliamentary elections. Some win, some lose, but there are some in Parliament as we speak. Is Parliament fast becoming that haven for persons who society perceives as wrongdoers who must be punished for their wrongs?
Remember that the issue around cost of politics in Ghana and how the cost of running for political office has become an issue of concern, right? When it comes to our fight against politics, our fight against corruption, etc., has come up in recent times. In fact, I'm sure that we are all aware that one of the private members there intending to look at issues around money in politics is one that is being championed by this member of Parliament. As announced a few weeks or months ago, wanting to use his status as a legislator to be able to make sure that we have some clarity around how people acquire resources to be able to campaign, laws around campaign financing. And so this definitely must be an issue that is of interest to him to want to push an agenda for Parliament to legislate on campaign financing. But I think it's an issue of interest to all of us, that the way and manner in which our politicians raise resources, finance their campaign, the very serious demand on politicians during campaigning periods. The various political parties are going to be having their primaries. Of course, he came in as an independent member of Parliament, so he does not have the burden of party primaries. But all of the other burden that falls on you as a member of Parliament after you have won, and after that is to look at. And for me, in all of this, one of the things we should remember is that campaign by him on matters relating to campaign financing, which we must not allow to die no matter what.
Mr. Samuel Obin, I thank you very much indeed. He is the Executive Director of Parliamentary Network Africa. We're grateful that you spent your morning with us.
On 3FM, the best in the morning.
Log on to EduPack. The Ghana Education Service approved and supported national SHS initiative implemented by Prospectors Ghana is now in progress across the country. Parents across the country are already registering so that their children's trunk, their Macintosh mattress and pillows and plastic chop boxes will be ready and waiting for them at their schools before reporting day. So why do you want to delay and be caught up in the unusual last-minute market rush, carrying heavy items under pressure, sweating all over? I don't want you to be in that situation. But with EduPack, your child does not need to travel to school with these 4 essential items. That's why you need to register by simply dialing *713*821#. That's *713*821#, or visit any ADB branch or at all times, all at a very affordable price. EduPack approved and supported by the Ghana Education Service. For more information, please call 0500 600 607, 0500 600 607, or 0302 955 050, 0302 955 050. EduPack, no stress, no wahala. Fourth African Athletics Championship is happening. Ghana, if you're ready, get set for Africa's biggest athletic spectacle. The 24th Senior African Athletics Championships coming live to Accra, Ghana, and it's here already. It started on the 12th. We're finishing the race on the 17th of May 2026 at the University of Ghana Sports Complex. Legon becomes the battleground. It is indeed. Africa's finest champions are going head-to-head in a thrilling track and field competition. Watch global sports stars like Beatrice Chibet, Toby Amusan, Joseph Ambola, Kani Simbene, Muzala, Samukonga, alongside. We'll see you shortly after these messages.
When malaria strikes your home, it strikes everything. No more endless worry because of malaria. Fight malaria back with Vegetem. Vegetem is effective, safe, and fast-acting against malaria. Vegetem tablets stays effective right to the very last tablets. Vegetem is also available in suspension for children. Vegetem, tough on malaria, easy on you.
Register now for the second edition of the Ghana AI Summit from the 29th to the 30th of July 2026 in Accra, Ghana. Theme: Artificial Intelligence for Economic Growth and Job Creation, Innovation, Inclusion, and Future Jobs. Incorporating Ghana National AI Challenge and Ghana AI Awards 2026. Join policymakers, industry leaders, startups, researchers, and global experts to explore how AI can accelerate development, boost productivity, and create sustainable jobs. This is more than a summit. It's a platform for collaboration, innovation, and real impact. Visit the Ghana AI Summit and awards at GhanaAISummit.com to participate and empower yourself with AI skills and knowledge. Ghana AI Summit 2026 is organized by Knowledge Innovation in partnership with Deloitte and Media General. Call 0242 555135 for more details. Sponsor Hisense.
Get ready for the ultimate athletics showdown, the 24th Senior African Athletics Championship. Witness world champions across the continent compete in thrilling track and field events like Kenya's Beatrice Chibet and Faith Kepiengo, Nigeria's Toby Amusa, Botswana's Colin Kebenachipi, Liberia's Joseph Fambile, South Africa's Akani Simbini, Zambia's Muzala Somokunga, and our very own Benjamin Azamati and Saminu Abdul Rashid. Don't miss the excitement from the 12th to the 17th of May 2026 at the University of Ghana Sports Complex, Legon. Senior Africa Athletics Championship. Feel the heat. Champions within Africa. This championship is powered by the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, the Confederation of African Athletics, and the Ghana Athletics.
Sunrise on 3FM. The best in the morning.
The big conversation conversation on 3FM Sunrise. The big conversation on 3FM Sunrise.
3FM Sunrise.
Man to man is so unjust. Children, you don't know who to trust. Your worst enemy could be your best friend, and your best friend, your worst enemy. Some will eat and drink with you. Then behind them stood
3FM Sunrise.
only your friend know your secrets. So only he could reveal it. And who the captain, let them wear it. Who the captain.
Welcome back. It's some 28 minutes to the top of the hour 10. My name is Johnnie Hughes, and this is Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. I'm here with Mawuena, Egbeta,
Me no call no foul.
and K. Kujo. Okay, let's have this conversation as a precursor to when our guests join us. But matter in court. But I'm supposed to be on remand. When they put me on remand, I go through the same processes as if I have been already convicted.
Yeah.
Is it fair?
I think it's one of the problems that undermines our justice institutions. Because from time immemorial, I mean, someone is accused of crime, goes to the police station,
Right.
goes through the process, and even before guilt is determined, you know, sometimes the assault and battery even comes from the police. You know, and I think that we've had a lot of legal luminaries who have spoken against this matter over the years, which only brings us to now, makes it a very important conversation, because now with social media, it's easy to bastardize people. I mean, level accusations and get away with it. And that is why we usually preach that responsible communication is always important. Responsible handling of these issues is always important. But I don't know, I haven't seen a framework that protects accused persons prior to the determination of guilt by a court of competent jurisdiction. I haven't seen any comprehensive framework. We've had issues where accused persons have died in custody. We've had issues where some of these.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, we've had issues where some of these. I think the most recent one I recall off the top of my head is with Oliver. Bakavomao,
Right.
You know, who happened to be in police custody after the demonstration during the previous government, and the alleged attempt to even bully him whilst he was there, further assault him, deny him of his primary liberties, entitled to an accused person.
Right.
You know, and some of the testimonies he brought from the cells, based on his experiences with some of the inmates, you know, reflects we are not doing our very best.
Indeed. Well, I'm looking at a Ghana News Agency story now, published on the 4th of March 2026. It's a story by Emilia Adai, published from Koforidua. It says Ghana's remand prisoner population has dropped to 12.81% or 81%, 12.81%, I beg your pardon, of the total inmate population following years of sustained reform and under the Justice for All program. And just to mention that as part of the US's Justice Support Initiative activity, the USAID's activity, but now USAID has gone to be with the Lord. Justice Ifeasewa Asare-Botwe, Justice of the Court of Appeal, announced this during the 2026 in-prison court sitting at the Koforidua local prison on Tuesday. That's a Tuesday of March. Now, it says that during the sitting, 31 cases were reviewed. Justice Botwe noted that the new figures reflected the program's long-term impact in easing overcrowding and reducing prolonged pre-trial detention across the country. And here's a quote from her. It's refreshing and my pleasure to announce that as of March 2, 2026, data from the Ghana Prison Service indicate a total inmate population of 13,620, comprising 1,745 remands, that's 12.8%, and 11,875 convicts, that's 87.19%. She said. So as of March this year, we know that 1,745 persons who are supposed to be on remand were there in our prisons across the country. The question we're asking is, do they get humane treatment? Because if I've not been convicted, I should not be treated like a prisoner. Yeah. If I've not been convicted, I should be treated like an inmate. You are only holding me because maybe a police prosecutor says, hold him because, or hold her because if you release this person, he may or she may interfere with investigation. That's why a police prosecutor may hold you, or they say, oh, this person is a flight risk, or this person may bolt, or this person has jumped bail, or something of that nature. But until that time, you have not fully convicted me to keep me in there, just like under the conditions that you would give to a prisoner. And that's what we are asking this morning. That do people in remand get the kind of humane treatment that they're supposed to get? They are not supposed to be boxed up with other prisoners. Yes. They are supposed to be separated. Yes. And their treatment is supposed to be different. Yes. On some holiday treatment, for want of a better expression, if you will. I don't know what Mawuena thinks of this, but clearly in our situation, it's, look, if you like, let them put you in police custody now, today. Police custody now, today. And let them take you to, say, Kanishi Police Station, or Cantonments Police Station, or 37 Police Station, or wherever, whichever police station. You will be kept in the same holding cell like everybody else. And I've never come to understand. I don't know what you think, Mawuena.
Listening to you read out the statistics, you know, that comes off, okay, numbers are reducing. But I was just telling myself, those are human beings.
1,000 plus, 1,700
human
plus.
Human beings who are to be presumed innocent
until proven guilty.
Some of them, sometimes, it was just a case of mistaken identity and what have you and all of that. And these are, we often bandy 12% reduction. These are human beings who should be walking free if prosecution has not been able to prove their guilt. But somehow the system allows it. And it leaves me asking, what really works? What can we point to as a people? I'm not trying to digress, but it just had me ask this question. What can we point to 69 years of independence and say that, oh, on this particular aspect, we have reached international standards. And so we are focusing on some others.
And we are stopping these practices.
Everywhere it appears to be the same. And so if you go into justice delivery system and dispensation of justice, we are finding stories like these replete everywhere. And the Justice for All, try as they will, have not been able to effectively reduce the numbers to the barest of minimums. And so we still have thousands in custody, unable to get a fair hearing. Some of the stories, and I just try to stay away from the prison sometimes because, I mean, since we even got into school, there are a number of stations that have been planned to visit the prison. I'm like, I don't know how I will, because you go and the people who go and come back and they tell you the stories.
No, you survive. You have to master courage and go.
No, I mean, I intend to.
I went to the prisons, not to catch you, I went to the prisons with Justice Uni Kolendi, as I mentioned earlier. I was part of the U.S. Justice Sector Support Activity, JSSA, of the U.S. aid. So myself, Manasseh Azuri Awoni, Abdul Hai Momin, the guy who does crime check, what's his name? Ibrahim Kwating. There were 2 other ladies and 1 other gentleman from the Eastern region also. And we were the ambassadors. We went to Swan prisons with Justice Kolendi. And that day I saw him weep. He shed,
because whenever
he
you
shed
go,
tears. And this was a story of somebody who had been on remand for more than 5-6 years, and they say they couldn't find his docket.
And the person is just stuck
and
away
the officer in the case had been transferred, and like
how many lawyers do
like they tie the thing. They tell you that your paper is missing. They can't. Your file is there, but the sheet's in there. They can't find it, and the guy is just there languishing in Insawan prisons. And he's just there. And if you go to Insawan prisons, there's a portion for them where it's being like more than cordoned off.
I mean, they are not with the persons who've been
mesh.
Convicted.
But what is their condition there?
It's the same.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Let me read something.
So I mean, that day he shed tears, and he instructed right then that they need to find. At the time, he was not the Supreme Court judge. He said they should find. I think he was a Supreme Court judge at the time. He had just become a Supreme Court judge. He said they should find the documents, find the officer, and bring this person so that justice can be done for him.
Okay, you had wanted to say something.
Yes. So
use the mic for me.
Yes. So here we have. We have something from a research I previously conducted. It says Ghana has constitutional protections for suspects on paper.
Right.
But the evidence shows a wide gap between law and lived detention reality. The Constitution protects personal liberty, human dignity, fair trial rights, and freedom from torture or cruel, inhumane, and degrading treatment. Yet prison and police detention conditions remain uneven and under-monitored, and in several facilities dangerously overcrowded. The clearest data point is prison overcrowded. World Prison Brief Data, citing Ghana's prison administration, reported 14,133 prisoners against official capacity of 10,265 as of 25th August 2025. That represents national occupancy of about 137.7%. Some facilities are far worse. Kumasi Central Prison reportedly holds about 16,000 inmates. In a facility, 1,600 inmates, in a facility built for 500. Menchia Local Prison holds about 200 in a facility built for 60. Obuasi Local Prison holds about 300 in a facility built for 100. So just so that we can have some data points and then
but then it comes back to the earlier point that I had raised, that look, this individual is being kept, and in some prison is, if you like, our
maximum security.
Yeah, it's like our best. Aside what the Church of Pentecost put up, it's our best.
Yeah.
So you will have space for the remand prisoners. But if you look at Kumasi Central prisons, you cannot talk about that kind of situation. If you talk about Menchia Local Prison, you cannot talk about that kind of prison. Even Bosta here, Afraboni. about from
Yes.
on the Bostal, Senior Correctional Center.
Roman Ridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where the children are kept. You cannot talk about. So, all through, it's. No, come on.
Which is a question I ask. What have we gotten right after 69 years?
What have we been able to do right by
'Cause
ourselves?
For
ourselves.
For everything, right? There appears to be a gap. And we hear politicians very often say that, look, as a politician, prison is one place you can end up very easily because of accountability issues, and so we need to take care of our prisons. They never do. And then when a person is remanded here, immediately they get sick, and then they begin to ask for pardon, ask for bail.
And we've seen that in recent time.
And all of that. Because in the comfort with which they live, just a day
it makes
spent
them,
at any
it
of
makes
that
them
facility,
sick.
they go completely bonkers. Their immune system, everything shuts down. Yet that has not been taken care of.
I went to sorry about that. I went to the Insawam prison. The infirmary that they have, some will call it a clinic, but it's an infirmary. It's supposed to be for inmates. It doesn't have more than 4 beds. This is Insawam prison.
So what, they'll be treating them on the floor?
Which floor? They bring you in, they inject you and things, then you go back.
I'm not surprised because Lawal, one private investigator, Lawal Husseini, he did a story recently, and it's a gentleman whose intestines were almost oozing out of his belly, and happened to be an inmate for a while. And so, I mean, these are conversations we need to have extensively.
The infirmary, if you go to the lab in the infirmary, Marina, do you know Pentium 2 machines? Do you know Pentium 2?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, you find Pentium 2. Like the mic, I say microscope.
Itikopo.
Yeah, the Charlie. No. And these are supposed to be for prison officers who take care of the prisoners.
I'm not sure those machines can be used.
So you see, when Agenda 111 started, I said, all this Agenda 111 we are doing, can we actually have, police hospital, police has their hospital. There's police hospital.
Yeah.
There is military hospital. Could we have dedicated just one Agenda 111 as a prisons hospital? Just one.
It's a brilliant idea.
Just one.
Yeah.
Out of you keep the 100. Just one for the prison service.
Yeah.
Find a land in Insawam. If you go to Insawam prison, it's like a vast land before you get to the facility itself. Male prison here, female prison there. Vast land. You can walk from here, if I'm not exaggerating, it's like 37 and beyond before you actually see the facility itself from the main gate. On the side, put one thing there.
Well, we have Mrs. Patience Bafuboni, Esquire, who is also the wife of our Chief Justice.
Yeah, and the Chief Justice has been a prison officer before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think what you mentioned is a brilliant suggestion. So if I'm allowed to, we would use this platform to appeal to their conscience. She being a mother, she appears to really be a mother. So I think, Madam, this is a direct appeal to you. You should listen to what my brother Johnnie is saying. It would be awesome that you liaise with government so we have a hospital dedicated for prisoners. These are human beings. When they are released, they come back into the society. We expect them to reintegrate back into the society. And these are fathers, parents. So it's important that you heed to this call. We know that, you are the respected wife of our Chief Justice as well, and you respect the rule of law. But if you should look at the conditions in the prisons, the conditions you met prior to attaining your appointment,
right,
and subsequently it hasn't changed over the years. You're a witness to it, madam. We appeal to you to do something about it.
A few things though have changed. President 360, that's the initiative that she brought. They're doing what now they do campus water, so they have their own mineral water that they produce. They're doing some other stuff, but clearly, I mean,
she's doing well.
If they had a hospital, it would notice them. Look, people are brought from Insoam to Kolebu Teaching Hospital. You go to Kolebu, you find them walking around Kolebu. Go to Ridge, you find them. Some prison officer is following somebody around. Yeah, I'm following an inmate around trying to.
My greatest fear was in 2020 during the COVID. You know, and I was just thinking about the overcrowding and you know
what would happen if someone got COVID and ended up around the prison area.
Even cholera, even typhoid, even the almighty hantavirus,
and so on and so forth.
For communicable diseases, it will be an absolute.
And you know, strangely, people go to prison first 2-3 weeks, maybe months. They start developing all sorts of rashes and
skin diseases.
What water are they buffing? What food? The food they eat was a nutritional.
It's called Zontoli. Do you know Zontoli?
It was recently.
You can actually see the bottom of the food.
You know, it was recently that even their meals were
the stipends that
were increased.
Exactly.
How much allocations were given?
And I think that's even still not enough.
It used to be 1 CD 80 pesos, so that's 60 pesos per meal. 60 pesos per meal. How much is one boiled egg?
We're not saying it should be a 5-star hotel, so that it encourages people to do crime. We're saying it should be humane enough to respect the dignity of.
Look, so society is such that the situations are too fluid. Look, there are people who are in prison today not because they worked towards going to prison. Sometimes, you get into an altercation with somebody who genuinely has done something against you. You are not happy about it. The person is already walking dead. A little push, a person goes on the ground and is gone.
Take your victim as you find them.
And yes,
mistakes.
And you're gone, and that's it. So me, I don't like confrontation. Me and you, we can argue 300,000 times to throw blow. Oh, you lie about. You would never find me. If you are dead, go home. Go and die home. I'm not. Well, the show is wrapping up in a bit. I'm sure that you have your own experiences about this prison situation, the remand situation. I am sure, I'm very, very certain that we can have that conversation sometime later tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Friday. Yakubu, manage!
We continue to persevere.
This is your dead to me moment.
Yeah.
Make the best out of it. Yakubu is managing. Oh my God. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring in that conversation with Mr. Richard Kumado and lawyer Bracco Powers. He couldn't join us for a couple of reasons, but I'm sure that tomorrow we can have that conversation and a lot more conversation here to wrap up a full week of work here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Our latest addition is Mr. K. Kujo. My boy, no they pay.
I'm sure this one you are putting the card. Maybe they pay.
So I should not put the horse before the cart before the horse.
Some of them they are on a level steady pegging, right?
Yeah.
So fine boy, that's in
the allow the man to speak for himself. Okay, what do you say?
You plead the fifth.
Yes, I'll plead the fifth. No Now there are some people watching. They are remembering when I didn't pay and when I paid.
Charlie, I hear say some watches seller did or Gasco there. Say the boys go chop the watch and they don't pay. So when the boys come for homecoming, then the woman
will remember to
she goes around say how the become in Chicago. But who's come Mom? Anyway, time for birthdays now. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Wish you long life and prosperity and peace and joy aplenty.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
And if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. Wish you long life and prosperity. Mawuena, who else are we celebrating today?
Right, so a belated happy birthday to Lady Pastor Pearl A.C. Insafo Esquire.
Pearl A.C. Insafo Esquire.
Absolutely. We're so grateful for what you do for God's people on behalf of...
Is it Lady Pastor Mrs. or Lady Pastor Miss?
Lady Pastor Mrs.
Ah, okay, yeah.
On behalf of the General Overseer, Reverend Frank Davids Asensu Brobe, and the entire Supernatural Life Revival Center family, we say thank you. We say we love and we appreciate you. From Pastor Derek Ejekum, who's the administrative pastor of the Supernatural Life Revival
Happy
Center.
birthday,
Happy
lawyer pastor.
Lawyer pastor.
Happy birthday to you. Is there another?
I think that should
be it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should be.
Okay.
If today happens to be your... Oh, yes, and today is my big brother's birthday.
Oh, let's wish him a happy
I
birthday.
nearly forgot about that. Rescue Peze Fabian Delassi.
No, take your time.
Let me
take your time.
Take my time.
The man's name is what? Rescue. The perishing.
So, a happy birthday to my big brother.
Yeah.
Rescue. Fabian.
Della. Peze.
Happy birthday. This is from all of us.
Rescue and Della, is it not the same thing?
Yeah.
Della.
So, it's just going to...
Your parents are guy.
Praise Kafui.
Praise Kafui.
Praise Kafui, so something like that.
Praise Kafui.
So from all of us, myself, Maxwell, Dorcas, Mommy, Daddy, everybody, we want to wish you a happy birthday, and we'll come celebrate. We'll find time to come celebrate.
Rescue, Fabian, Della.
Peze.
Yeah, fantastic
my big
name.
Brother. Happy birthday.
Rescue. Charlie, the rescue, they kill me, You know, Cyril's name is God's power.
Is it God's way or God's power?
God's way. God's way. For God's way.
Yeah, for God's way. That's what they'll call it.
Anyway, gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll be here tomorrow to do it all over again. Enyonam Haliga is standing by with the news. I'm surrounded by a lot of so well, I can't speak 15 lines of it.
I'm 50-50 though.
Yeah, but I can't speak the thing. The thing they go me. They go me.
A few words.
See, so at the back end like this, Oliver, Mawuena, you, K Kujo, Enyonam, this guy, Stephen Baku, Della, Bob Franklin, all be other people. We for do Hogbechocho, they know they go. Can you imagine?